Driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. It's Big Jim Murray down here on the field with Chris Gasper. Getting ready for Zoe to set the scene ahead of Patriots Colts. It's brought to you by Comcast. With an advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and trusted partnership, Comcast Business powers more businesses than anyone. Restrictions apply. Call or visit ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Good afternoon, Zoe. Happy belated Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Same to you guys. Good to talk to you. Just watching the receivers do the Dougie. At least the ones that are active today.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson just ran by us. I'm glad that he did because I wanted to see. He's not as tall as I thought he was going to be.
He's got to be 265, huh?
But yeah, he's built like a linebacker.
He's heavy.
My God.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm a puss. That's known. So, but I will say, look.
What?
Listen, I'm freezing down here. Hand, I can't feel my hands. But we were talking about this
cold. Yeah.
During the most of the preview today. This is going to be the coldest game both these young quarterbacks have ever played in. Do you think it affects them?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. How could it not? Especially one's a dome guy. At least he's been in the league for 2 years, or when he's not tired and wants to play games. I just can't wait to see him play today. I think that's laughable what happened this year with Anthony Richardson. I think it's an embarrassment to his team, to the league, to have a quarterback to take himself out of a game. It's unheard of. Even Donovan McNabb would stay in and throw up, if you can't go.
That's right.
You go. You're the one guy that can't come out of a game unless your arm's hanging off. I mean, it's despicable. But like this, and I was just saying this to Capello here, like this feels like early 90s stadium vibe.
Interesting.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
It's not that full.
Well, I don't like it. I mean, you got to call it, but hey, maybe the players got to make fans want to come and want to cheer. Like, it's not the fans' fault. Like, you got to give them a product that you want to come here and you want to get after it, Look at Steelers fans. They get to go to home games every year. You know what? Their team's in it every year. They're never under 500. They get rid of quarterbacks they don't like. They just reset. And they knock your teeth in the dirt. You play Renegade at the end of the third. And everybody has a good time in Pittsburgh, and you bring your yellow towels. That's every Sunday.
Well,
we're in a dip here?
Yeah, and isn't that part of the dip? And I don't blame people for saying, well, I don't want to deal with this right now. It's just the lack of professionalism, maybe for lack of a better term. We all know the deficiencies of the roster, but when you have a game like you have last week in Miami, when you're having all those penalties, especially in the first half, that's where it's like, can they at least, do you think, try to clean that up today?
Yeah, and I think, well, here's the thing. Pre-snap stuff, I think you can penalize them, right? You sit them down and you start finding guys. I know you can't really sit guys down because you don't have the depth of the rule. The argument's like, well, who are you going to put in? I said, well, then find them then. Start finding them. And I know maybe that gets into league rules, and with the collective bargaining agreement, you probably can't do that. But that falls on the player. That's not coaching. Pre-snap penalties before the ball's even engaged, that's on you, the stupid player, if that happens.
So when you look at this game today, I feel like red zone's going to be a big difference maker. It's not something the Colts are particularly good at, and it's not something the Patriots have been good at defensively the last 2 weeks. Can the Patriots avoid the sort of miscommunications in the red zone they had last week against Miami?
You'd hope so, and I think they're excited to have Peppers back just for communication standpoint.
Sure.
And everything he's been through. This is a big one today for your defensive backs. You've got lit up the last 2 weeks. The Rams lit you up with both their guys. You got embarrassed down in Miami because you played a ton of zone. And a guy by the name of Jonnu Smith had 11 targets and 9 grabs on you. And you couldn't cover him. You better bounce back today. Because they got 2 guys in Pittman and Pierce. This kid, 6'3", this Pierce kid. And he averages over 23 yards a catch.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big play guy.
Well, he's no Tyquan Thornton, but, he's having an okay career, even though he was drafted after him,
Amazing. And you keep bringing it up. Like, there's another veteran receiver, not here with the team, obviously. He got cut. And KJ Osborne, not active again today. Just gives you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so, on that, it's interesting, KJ Osborne not active. And it was interesting to listen to Jerod this week. And how do you think this plays out today in terms of, he says, it's a disservice if we don't find out about certain players and coaches before the end of the year. But how do you balance that with trying to win and maybe one of the last winnable games on your schedule?
It tells me he's gone, first of all. So it's like, why am I even going to play the guy? But that goes to show you how bad it's been for him that he can't get on the field before Baker. They're going to force Baker to get out there, who's had issues lining up.
Right.
Doesn't know
the veteran
offense.
that's supposed to know how to play and line up can't even get on the field, can't get a sniff. And it has that post in London from his agent crediting him for hanging in there. and being such a good teammate and soldier, you know.
I look at this as maybe one of the areas where the Patriots might have problems, especially with given the issues on the offensive line. Is this Colts defensive line kind of underrated, right?
Yeah, DeForest Buckner's a beast.
Yeah, we keep hearing that, and they always have that one guy. Like last week, Calais Campbell. You know, and
who's 38th, right?
Right, yeah. Right. And Miami's D line was there's something to get after you. They can get pressure with 4. The biggest problem that you face here with the Patriots offense was teams that can get after them, bringing only 4, because that's a nightmare scenario for Drake May, because you can keep a guy to spy on him, you can set the edge. I wouldn't blitz New England that much. I don't think you have to, but you know, we're gonna find out. Robinson starting today at guard. They sent Michael Jordan down. It's a little bit of a shakeup there internally. I don't know what you do off the edge. Like, you still got the Montre Jacobs and Darian Lowe out there, because you really have nobody to replace them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I want to know where you stand on Drake May and some of the turnovers. You know, it's 11 turnovers, essentially in like 6 full starts. And this week he talked about them. Last week against Miami, he said he wasn't worried about the second one because it was tipped. Then this week, he started an answer about turnovers saying, you know, I don't think there's an issue there. And he kind of did a 180 halfway through. Are you concerned at all about him sort of picking up some bad habits where he feels like, look, we're not a good team. I have to try and make plays, so I'm just going to rationalize and write off these turnovers?
Yeah, the pocket stuff I would take issue with, because I've been a big fan of what he's been able to do mechanically in the pocket. I think he seats the ball with both hands in his chest cavity, and when he's in form and line, he's really good. It's when, you know, Chris, I think he feels he has to do so much, and they're asking him to do so much compared to the other rookie quarterbacks. You know, consider what's around him and what's around those other guys. And you got like Bo Nix and Sean Payton holding his hand out there in Denver with a better offensive line. Like, that offensive line down in Washington's better than what we thought a year ago, and they got some big time receivers. Caleb Williams, as you've seen him play, has big time receivers. This kid's asked to do a lot, and I think he has to remember, you can't make every play. You can't be Superman. Like that Olay one in the pocket, he could correct that instead of looping that ball over top the defender, eat it, take the sack. And he's right, 100%. Tip ball, he can't control that. That pick, there's nothing new you can do with that one.
Colts DC Gus Bradley, when you-know-who used to be here, he would shred it.
Oh, shred it.
Is Drake May going to be able to take advantage, at least of the tight ends, with that today?
I would think so. I got him hitting 30 today. I think they're going to put up some points today. I do. 30-17 New England today. Spread this team out. Let this kid get going. Put him in a gun and let him see it. Let him hit it. Get him confident early in this game.
Confident, Zoe.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, Zoe.
All right, guys.
Always a pleasure.
Have a good call.
All
right, see you guys. I'll tell your agent. You guys said hi. He's up here in the box.
Oh, tell Brad we said hello.
Yeah, he's buying drinks for everyone.
Coming up, Chris and I will wrap things up down here on the field. That's going to be next here on the Safety Insurance 98.5 of Sports, Patriots Radio Network.
Hey, it's Zoe, and Oakers Technologies has a long history of helping businesses stay future-ready as their single-source IT partner, providing everything from full IT infrastructure to everyday AV needs. And they're hyper-focused on managed IT services that feel easy and simple from a single point of contact. Their ProCare support team are the people behind the technology that makes sure that you have a custom approach to the support and resources you need to keep your business future-ready with Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
With the $5 meal deal at McDonald's, you pick a McDouble or a McChicken, then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money.
Price and participation may vary. For a limited time only.
Introducing Instagram Teen Accounts, a new way to keep your teens safer as they grow, like making sure they've got the right gear for riding.
Knee pads.
Check.
And helmet.
Done. See you, Dad.
New Instagram Teen Accounts, automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage.
Thanks. You're all set.
That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
5 years, Brightview Senior Living has been dedicated to creating an award-winning company culture so residents and families receive best-in-class services. Across our 50 communities, Brightview Associates help deliver peace of mind, safety, security, transportation, daily programs, delicious food, and high-quality care if needed. Discover how our vibrant senior living communities can help you live your best life. Visit brightviewseniorliving.com to learn more. Equal housing opportunity.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
You say you'll never join the Navy, never live on a submarine, or power a ship with nuclear energy. Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is. Learn why at Navy.com. America's Navy, forged by the sea.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
All right, welcome back once again to Patriots Preview, driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. Jim Murray, Chris Gasper down here in the frigid field of Gillette Stadium, getting closer to kickoff. Again, I am a weak man with bad blood circulation, but this is a bit much for me. And shame on me for forgetting gloves. You at least have some.
Yeah,
I can't feel my hands.
Yeah, it's the first, sort of bite of winter. Definitely some late season football weather. Should play into the Patriots' hands with a dome team. So the only thing missing here is if this were a natural field that Jerod Mayo let grow all week and they threw a bunch of mud on, it would be like the old days.
I know. I do miss that. Yeah, from an aesthetic standpoint, at least it's going to look cool. I do like the old throwbacks.
Oh, two of the best uniforms in the history of professional football.
I've always liked that Colts Road uniform. And again, so had you seen Anthony Richardson before in person? So I was a little surprised. I thought he was going to be taller. He's definitely bulked out. We were talking about this with Zoe, but when he ran past us, when they finished with their warm-ups, he's not as tall as I thought he would be.
That's interesting. I mean, I had seen him before in person. I don't know if you were thinking he was like a 6'6" type of guy.
I did, yeah. I guess I thought I was expecting taller. Yeah,
you're disappointed. I can tell.
Well, if my hands feel this cold, I'm a little concerned about Drake May's hands.
He came out sleeveless, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, trying to send a message about how he won't be affected by the cold. It's not super cold, but I'd rather have my quarterback in the Tom Brady scuba suit, so I know he's all tucked in and comfortable, than trying to prove a point being sleeveless.
Yeah, maybe that's the young bro in him. That seems to be like the young bro-ish thing to do. I'm going shirtless. Or I'm going to show you I'm tough enough to call. Not me. I need a hot chocolate and hand warmers right now. Will we at least see a cleaner game? Look, even if I want them to be competitive, but can you not be as sloppy? That was the thing that bugged me so much in Miami last week, was just the lack of discipline, all the pre-snap penalties, especially just right from the jump. It's like, oh, you're not ready to go. If we can see that cleaned up today, I can be happy with that, even if they just keep it competitive and don't end up winning.
Yeah, they definitely need to do that. This team is not good enough to put themselves in a position where they're beating themselves. And like I've said, those are TNT penalties. Takes no talent to be able to line up and not false start and do some of the stuff they've done. On the other side of it, though, I think they need to take advantage of some mistakes from the Colts. I think you'll see those today. The Patriots haven't forced a lot of turnovers this year. They're tied for 27th in the NFL in turnovers forced. You look at the Colts, they're number one in the NFL in basically turning the football over with interceptions. You have to be able to get a couple off Anthony Richardson today.
And you do like him today? Or
I like the Patriots. I'm going to go Pats 24-23.
All right. Yeah, I think I like them. I'll just go with Chris's score. I don't feel confident about it. I just want to see a cleaner game. And I want that anytime touchdown to pay off for the Patriots defense. Again, hopefully you followed us on that, courtesy of DraftKings. Speaking of which, stay tuned. Bob and Zoe are going to have the call of the game from the DraftKings broadcast booth. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the New England Patriots. Thanks to send out. Filling in for executive producer today, Jeremy Conley, it's Tom Morgan back in Waltham, along with technical producer Kevin Majori and intern Anderson Free. And, of course, all the staff here making sure we get up and on the air. The New England Patriots pregame show. It has been driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. Contact your local New England Honda dealers to learn more. Shop online at newengland.hondadealers.com. Coming up, it's kickoff between the Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. For Chris Gasper, this is Jim Murray signing off from the field at Gillette Stadium.
This has been Patriots Preview, driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue.
Hey, let's make a play.
Also brought to you by Safety Insurance, Mass General Cancer Center, your local New England Honda dealers, Duncan, America runs on Duncan, Hub International New England, Catches Law, Credit Union's Kids at Heart, Apex Entertainment Center, Dig Safe, Wendy's, 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Drains, Delta Airlines, Shaw's and Star Market, and by Bud Light.
Hey, set the tone, set the tone.
By Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Clinton Savings Bank, VA New England, United Ag and Turf, Peerless Boilers, your New England Ford dealers, Eastern Propane and Oil, Town Fair Tire, Northern Bank in partnership with Heading Home, FindMassMoney.gov, Comcast Business, and by Payblocks.
Finish! Finish! Run!
By Bigelow Tea, United Construction and Forestry, Drains by James, Live Nation, UMass Lowell, your New England Chevy dealers, Reed's Ferry Storage Sheds, Roach Brothers, Dairy Queen, the Peterson School, Miller Lite, your Boston area Nissan dealers, and by Oakers Technologies. The kickoff is next on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
Introducing Instagram teen accounts, a new way to keep your teens safer as they grow, like making sure they've got the right gear for riding.
Knee pads.
Check.
And helmet?
Done. See ya, Dad.
New Instagram teen accounts, automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
The bedroom. Guys, that's one place it's better to do things the hard way. The easy part for guys is BlueChew.com. At BlueChew.com, get chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, but cheaper. Medical consultation, but no doctor's office. Prescriptions, but no pharmacy visit. Try a free month for just $5 shipping using promo code YES at BlueChew.com. Confidence delivered. BlueChew.com. Promo code YES. The easy way to do it the hard way.
With the $5 meal deal at McDonald's, you pick a McDouble or a McChicken, then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money.
Price and participation may vary. For a limited time only.
Squadron Commander.
Outbound for check.
Plus soccer coach.
Bring it in, King.
Submarine Hunter.
Contact acquired.
And Big Sky Hunter.
See the Big Dipper?
Navy health benefits.
Open wide for me.
Plus some everyday perks.
Hey, buddy. I'm home early.
Never missing out. Never missing out.
Happy birthday to
America's Navy Reserve. It's everything you love about the Navy, plus everything else you just love. Learn more at NavyReserve.com.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on your every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on your or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on your maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on your with Bounce.
The countdown to Christmas is on, and Hallmark Gold Crown is here to help you ring in the season. From festive decor and keepsake ornaments to unique cards, gifts, and gift wrap, find everything you need to bring joy to your world. Only at Hallmark Gold Crown.
The games play here.
Here's Vietto. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Vietto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Bruins crash to the front, left to the net. Coyle out in front. Gets Gibson out of position. He scores! Charlie Coyle with a dangle. Sneaks it inside the near post with Gibson down and out. Bruins 7, Ducks 1.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. Whether it's a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, or powerful Ridgeline. Turn your dream Honda into reality during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
They are the youngest starting quarterbacks in the NFL, born 100 days apart. One drafted 4th overall in 2023, the other picked 3rd in 2024.
Richardson on play action, backs to throw, heaves it downfield, looking for Alec Pierce. He's got it! Touchdown! A bomb!
Mays back to pass. He's pressured. He rolls to his right. Throws off balance across his body. Wide open inside the 5. Hooper catches. He's in for a touchdown. Today, the Colts' Anthony Richardson leads Indy's big play offense into Foxborough to face Christian Gonzalez and the Patriots defense seeking redemption after last week's loss in Miami.
Anthony, he brings a lot to the table. You know, he's a real big quarterback, you know, fast, athletic, can make every throw. So, I mean, we're excited for the challenge. It'll be a fun game.
Meanwhile, New England's Jerod Mayo wants to make more big plays and needs to avoid the types of bad plays that have plagued the Pats of late.
I am worried about turning the football over. That's a problem. But at the end of the day, you can't turn the football over. And especially, I think we're losing turnover margin in most of the games, with me back there. So I need something that I need to improve on.
Protect the ball and secure a win. That's the mission this afternoon as Jerod Mayo and the Pats confront Anthony Richardson and the Colts.
This is Patriots football.
Set to go. Snap, ball down. Kick up. Kick is on the way, and it is good. It's good. It's good. And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
The Patriots are brought to you by Safety Insurance, Mass General Cancer Center, your local New England Honda dealers, Duncan, America runs on Duncan, Hub International New England, Catches Law, Credit Union's Kids at Heart, Apex Entertainment Center, Dig Safe, Wendy's, 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Drains, Delta Airlines, Shaw's and Star Market, and by Bud Light.
Wilson, quick throw. Intercepted by Malcolm Butler with 20 seconds to go in Super Bowl 49.
By Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Clinton Savings Bank, VA New England, United Ag and Turf, Peerless Boilers, your New England Ford dealers, Pay Blocks, Eastern Propane and Oil, Town Fair Tire, Endless Energy, Northern Bank in partnership with Heading Home, FindMassMoney.gov, Comcast Business, and by D'Angelo Grilled Sandwiches.
Driving forward, diving to the goal line. It's good. A touchdown and a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
By Bigelow Tea, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Miller Lite, Oakers Technologies, United Construction and Forestry, Drains by James, Live Nation, UMass Lowell, your New England Chevy dealers, Reed's Ferry Storage Sheds, Roach Brothers, Dairy Queen, and by the Peterson School.
And the Patriots are world champions again. Back to back. World championships. 3 out of 4. Yes, it's a dynasty.
And the Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title. Yes, it's still a dynasty.
Now, here's Bob Sosi and Scott Solak.
And hello again, everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon, and welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough for this Week 13 encounter of the 3-9 New England Patriots and the 5-7 Indianapolis Colts. Bob Sosi with Scott Zolak. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's great to have you along for the ride today. And so when you look at these two teams, you've got a 38-year-old first-year head coach on one sideline and a 39-year-old second-year head coach on the other sideline. Two franchises pinning their hopes on a pair of 22-year-olds at quarterback. The Colts on the fringe of the playoff race. They're 5-7, but they've lost 4 of 5. The Patriots are trying to bounce back from last week's performance in South Florida. This game is pivotal for both, for Indy to stay in the postseason hunt, and for the Patriots really to build something in the final month of this season to carry over into next year.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing from the Patriots' perspective. And I was thinking about this on the way driving in through the backwoods, and wow, all those old Colt Patriot games we got to call they felt like a divisional game because you played them so often, and every game was for like home field advantage or bye in the first round. Like that's what you were playing for. Now you're playing for job security, and I think that's the biggest thing with the New England Patriots for guys like Baker. We talked about KJ Osborne during one of the breaks here before we came on. He's not playing today because I don't think he's in the plans for the future. So you're going to play guys the rest of this year to take a look at them and say, is this a guy I want to keep around? Because you and I were down at Miami when things did not go well. And then you sit there and you look at the roster and you got to ask yourself and be serious from a football perspective. How many of these guys are going to be back next year? When you go down, this is what coaches do and GMs do. This isn't the broadcast crew doing it. This is real life stuff. Who's our 53 going to be next year? And I don't know how many they have on it.
Well, the Patriots are making changes up front offensively, too, and they want to commit to youth and see those young players emerge in this final month plus, as we alluded to. And Layden Robinson is one of those guys. He started early in the year at right guard, getting a look at left guard this week. Michael Jordan dropped from the active roster, put on the practice squad. He's active today as an elevation. But if there's a guy who started 11 straight games, and they thought they had continuity with the same starting 5 offensive lineup. But after last week, they had to shake things up, and it's a youngster who's going to get a look.
Last year was an awakening. Last week was an awakening, I think, for this football team that you kind of settled in and thought, things are going to be okay here. And you had a wake-up call because Miami got to you with 4. They kicked your rears up front. They made you turn the football over. But you heard Drake May talk about, taking care of the football, and it is a big point here today. But I think his turnovers are getting so magnified because of your inability to create turnovers. Your plus-minus margins are they're not where you want them to be. And when you can't turn the football over, all eyes go to the quarterback and whoever's turning it over. There are things of his game I think he can take care of and clean up within the pocket. But interceptions, tip balls, those things are going to happen. Not much you can do with those, but he can protect the ball better within the pocket when he's going down.
We'll talk about Indy's offense momentarily, but the strength of Indy's defense up front with Odangbo had 3 sacks last year in Frankfurt against the Patriots. Stewart, Pay, of course, a local product, and DeForest Buckner, of course, a guy that you've got to be able to block, and he's a force in the interior for Indianapolis. So that Patriots offensive line will be tested. And teams, as we see it now, are playing Drake May a little bit differently. Alex Van Pelt talked about it this week with a more contained rush.
See, and that's the thing. When you pick up some yards, teams are going to get smart. You get too many weeks on film. Coordinators in this league, they work too. They do a good job. They do their homework. So you create plans to sort of frustrate a young quarterback. And I think you look at all the young quarterbacks right now. And I know Bo Nix is winning games, but I think it's more turnkey for him than running his Oregon offense. Sean Payton holds his hand. All the other ones, whether it's Caleb Williams, Daniels, or May, they're asked to do a lot more for their young teams, and you get into trouble a little bit.
And on the other hand, you've got Indianapolis with Anthony Richardson benched earlier this year, back in the starting lineup to make a 3rd straight start since his return. He is a dual threat for sure as part of a big play offense. Coming up next, the United Ag and Turf starting lineups and the kickoff on the Safety Insurance 98.5, the Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
With the $5 meal deal at McDonald's, you pick a McDouble or a McChicken, then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money.
Price and participation may vary. For a limited time only.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
The bedroom. Guys, that's one place it's better to do things the hard way. The easy part for guys is BlueChew.com. At BlueChew.com, get chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, but cheaper. Medical consultation, but no doctor's office. Prescriptions, but no pharmacy visit. Try a free month for just $5 shipping using promo code YES at BlueChew.com. Confidence delivered. BlueChew.com. Promo code YES. The easy way to do it the hard way.
For 25 years, Brightview Senior Living has been dedicated to creating an award-winning company culture so residents and families receive best-in-class services. Across our 50 communities, Brightview associates help deliver peace of mind, safety, security, transportation, daily programs, delicious food, and high-quality care if needed. Discover how our vibrant senior living communities can help you live your best life. Visit brightviewseniorliving.com to learn more. Equal housing opportunity.
November, the season of touchdowns, turkey, and giving thanks. But what if you could add finding money to the list? Well, you might be able to when visiting findmassmoney.gov. Here in Massachusetts, 1 in 10 people have unclaimed property, from things like uncashed paychecks, refunds from overpaid bills, or forgotten savings accounts. Findmassmoney.gov is free, easy to use, and it only takes 30 seconds to search your name. So this November, make a winning play and visit findmassmoney.gov, because finding money is the ultimate game changer. That's findmassmoney.gov.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
I think the biggest thing is just be on the same page. I think these guys are we're working hard during the week, and I feel like we're putting some good practices together. I think just got to translate to the field. I think it's different when those reps do count, and I think something we'll figure out.
There's Drake May talking about the challenge of today in your starting lineups, brought to you by your local John Deere dealer, United Construction and Forestry. Play heads or tails with your home this winter. Apply now for CSB's 0 annual percentage rate heat loan. Visit ClintonSavings.com, member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender. Happy holidays from our friends at Clinton Savings Bank. Colts win the opening coin toss. They do defer. Patriots will get the rock. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub, Patriots Radio Network.
To his credit, has shown growth. Caleb Williams has looked the part as a first overall draft pick at times this season. He also looks like a rookie. So I'm very intrigued how his future looks in the NFL with a new direction, with a new head coach this offseason.
Do you guys remember who was the betting favorite for Coach of the Year going
Yeah,
into the
that would
season?
be true. Yeah, but we also said at the time that Eberflus would also be the betting favorite to get fired.
Yeah.
He was both the betting favorite to be fired first and also the betting favorite to be the coach of the year.
No middle ground. Very funny in retrospect. Very funny in retrospect.
Yeah, well, after watching the debacle of the Indians, and of course that's after already the game against the Commanders, that they lost with some mismanagement by Eberflus. So the Bears turn the page there. All right, so some of the games that we got going on right now, Richie, this game right at the top that I wanted to talk about is the Chargers at the Falcons. And this is a game that's very interesting. The Falcons have lost 2 straight. They got blown out in Denver 2 weeks ago. They're coming off the bye week. Chargers, of course, coming off their loss against the Ravens. And you get to that point of the season where we are right now, where every game means something.
Yep.
And before we get to even that, going back in your career in the National Football League, when the calendar turns to December, as it does today, where's the mindset? I mean, you've been on bad teams in December. You've been on good teams in December. What is that mindset once you get to that month of December as you get ready for the stretch run of the season?
Well, I'll start with the good teams. When you're on a good team, you're already in the postseason. December is a month where you're either playing to increase your seeding in the postseason, to clinch a postseason spot and take a little bit of the pressure off the end of the year. Maybe you'll be able to rest some players in that final game of the season. That could be a benefit, especially if health has been an issue for you. Or you're fighting to get into the postseason as a wild card. But December represents the postseason.
And the Patriots' first situation is a pass to Kendrick Bourne, and they get themselves a 6-yard gain. So those scored just very early here in the first quarterback.
All righty, I appreciate you, Alan. We'll let you know as soon as somebody is in positive territory or in the red zone, as we do throughout the entirety of the show. We do have a team that is near midfield already after a great pickup from Bijan Robinson. So let's check in one of the best games of this opening window. Chargers-Falcons. We go to Atlanta and get Jeff Zell's latest. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Pat. How you doing? Well, the Falcons won the toss. They decided to receive. They downed it in the end zone, so they had it at the 30. Bijan Robinson, a nice run, 15 yards to the 45-yard line. On his second run, he was stopped for no gain, but Falcons just completed another pass and are in Charger territory as they try to get a touchdown in this first quarter. Remember, 8 straight games, if they score a touchdown in the first quarter, the Falcons have won the game. Right now it's scoreless, 13:40 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's an incredible stat there, Jeff. 8 straight games where they've scored a touchdown in the first quarter, they win. So Atlanta gets off to a good start. That's usually a telltale sign. Kirk Cousins just found Drake London for 12 yards. That was that aforementioned completed pass that Jeff was talking about. So it's 1st and 10 for Atlanta in Chargers territory. Meanwhile, how about Ramondre Stevenson getting us off to a phenomenal start? It looks like, I'm not sure, just seeing the end of that play, was that a run or a pass to Ramondre Stevenson? Either way, it's a huge gain for the Patriots. And let's see if I can get a little rewind here and just check in on what that was for Ramondre. Yes, it was a 32-yard gain on the ground for Ramondre Stevenson, so that is a fantastic start for our BetMGM prop pick. Told you this Colts run defense, you could put some pads on me and I could probably run for a couple of yards a pop through some of those holes that the Colts just cannot fill. Let's go to Landover, Maryland. Titans and the Commanders just freshly underway. We've go to Chris Russell with the latest. What's up, Chris?
All right, Pat, just underway here from Northwest Stadium. Titans with the football first, but they're already hurting themselves. They've had 2 false starts on this first drive and now face a 3rd and 22 from their own 16 with 13:40 left to go in the first quarter. The Commanders, who allowed 2 late kickoff returns for touchdowns to the Cowboys less than a week ago here at Northwest Stadium, allowed only 24 yards on the first one. But now Will Levis just hit hard as he stepped up into the pocket, and we'll see if it, no, they're ruling it incomplete, Pat. So that'll be a stop on 3rd down and long, as you would expect, 3rd and 22. So the Titans will punt the ball here on their first drive, again, after 2 false starts. So the Commanders about to get the football for the first time today. Jaden Daniels, obviously, all eyes on him. Brian Robinson is active for the Commanders after leaving last week's game early. They are without starting right tackle Andrew Wiley, and, of course, Austin Eckler was put on injured reserve yesterday, and that hurts them in a number of different ways as a carrier, as a pass receiver, and as a kick returner. So certainly that impact will be felt today. But again, Commanders about to get the ball. 13-19 left to go in the first quarter here.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Meanwhile, we go back to that Falcons drive. They had a 3rd and 4, and Bijan Robinson just picked up enough to get the first down. So the Falcons nearing the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 33. Kirk Cousins hits Ty Algier for a 6-yard gain. So the Falcons now have it 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 27. They are the closest team to the red zone right now. The Bengals have already punted it away to the Steelers. We'll go to Cincinnati in just a moment as Pittsburgh's getting ready to take the field. The Cardinals, they're quickly moving the ball down the field. Now they are the closest team to the red zone. So let's go there. Minnesota we go. Cardinals, Vikings, live check-in with Eric Nelson. Eric?
Yeah, hey, how do you take the crowd out of the equation here at the House of Noise? Well, you have your opening drive result in a lot of success. Right now, the Cardinals have it 2nd and 9 at the Vikings 20. They have methodically moved the ball down the field after taking the opening kickoff on a touchback. Kyler Murray is 4 of 4 for 27 yards. James Conner has 12 yards on the ground. Trey Benson has a 10-yard carry. Trey McBride with a couple of catches for 14 yards. So it's scoreless here in the first quarter, but the Cardinals trying to get on the board early. Now they're going to face about a 3rd and 7. And once again, the stakes are very high on this one. Arizona comes in at 6 and 5, and they're going to go no huddle, by the way, here on a 3rd and 6 from the Minnesota 17. Kyler Murray will go on the gun. The Vikings are 9 and 2, 3rd place NFC North. Completion over the middle going to be short of the first down. So it's going to be 4th down for Arizona, and we'll stick with you on this field goal try for the Cardinals as they will bring their kicker, into the game, and we'll see if Arizona can take the early lead in this game. Once again, Cardinals tied with Seattle for first place in the NFC West, and Minnesota trying to keep pace with the Lions. Chad Ryland in for the kick. It's going to be 32 yards from the far hash, and he splits the uprights. So the Arizona Cardinals do go on top. 9:02 to go in the first quarter. Cardinals 3, Vikings nothing here in Minneapolis.
All right, Eric, thank you very much for that in-depth, detailed check-in there. I always like when we are able to stay with you and get the update of a field goal or a touchdown or a call there. So 3-0 Cardinals. They've got the first score of the day. Meanwhile, the Patriots, they are into the red zone. A couple of plays ago, New England got there. And we've told you, Ramondre Stevenson already had a huge run on this drive, and then it was 2nd and 4 from the 21. Drake May found Hunter Henry for 14 yards. So it's 1st and goal, New England. Drake May just basically ran out of bounds. Let's see if they actually ruled that a sack or not. It looked like he did it right before the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and goal for the Patriots. Meanwhile, huge play just broke out in Landover, Maryland in the Commanders-Titans game. Let's go there right now. Check back in with Chris Russell. Chris.
All right, Pat. Now, what has hurt Washington most in this 3-game losing?
Communication device of Fox Sports Radio. In an emergency, you want Rapid Radio's instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies for clear national LTE coverage and one-touch communication.
In this 3-game losing streak and some of their offensive inefficiency is the health of Brian Robinson. He's missed a couple of games, had to go out on the first play of the game last week, didn't play at all in the second half. Well, today he's playing, as we mentioned last report, and he makes an immediate impact. A 40-yard touchdown run off of a 2nd and 1 around right end, virtually untouched against a good Tennessee Titans defense. And the Commanders strike first, and unlike last week at times, they actually made the extra point, which they missed 2 of last week. Zane Gonzalez now once again the kicker. So it's 7-0 Washington, a 3-play, 59-yard, 1 minute and 10-second drive off the short field position after the 3 and out, after the 3 and out with a couple of Titan penalties, giving them pretty good field position. So again, Brian Robinson, a 40-yard touchdown run, and the Commanders lead 7-0 here in Washington.
Thank you, Chris. There's our first touchdown of the day, and it belongs to Brian Robinson, 40-yard touchdown run. Meanwhile, we told you the Patriots were in the red zone. It's now 3rd and goal. Antonio Gibson just carried for about 2 yards. So 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Patriots. And the other team in the red zone is the Atlanta Falcons. We told you they were moving the ball down the field. It's 3rd and 6 right now at the Chargers 17. Kirk Cousins looking over the middle for Darnell Mooney. Incomplete. So 4th and 6. And it looks like they're going to bring on Younghoe Koo for what looks like a 35-yard field goal. Remember, Younghoe Koo has struggled mightily for the Falcons. They are coming off the bye week. He has struggled over the last 4 or 5 games. They do have Riley Patterson active. So Younghoe Koo coming out for a 35-yarder. Patriots facing a 3rd and goal. Those are the 2 teams in the red zone right now. But let's go to Cincinnati. We told you that the Steelers and the Bengals were off to a fast-paced start. Let's check in live right now and get the latest from Jason Earhart. What's up, Jason?
Yeah, Pat, just underway here in Cincinnati. No score. The Bengals did get the ball first. They went 3 and out on their opening possession. Jamar Chase dropped the pass on the first play. Orlando Brown committed a false start that put him in a 3rd and 16 hole. Had to end up punting. The Steelers' first offensive play was a pass interference call. As actually, before I say that, the Bengals just intercepted a pass. We may have a pick 6 here as the defender running down the sideline and heading to the end zone. Yeah, Pat, hate to break that up. It just happened as I'm on the air.
Let's go.
The Bengals with a pick 6. This is Cam Taylor-Britt back to the end zone. The Bengals with a 6-0 lead as Russell Wilson picked off on the 3rd play from scrimmage. I was going to tell you before that the shaken-up player for the Steelers, Calvin Austin, injured on the pass interference on the 1st play from scrimmage. But Bengals with a 6-0 lead. Extra point pending here. 6-0 Bengals from Paul Brown Stadium.
Wow, how about that? Yeah, don't worry about breaking it up, Jason. That's what we go to you for, to try to hear the action and the incredible plays just like that. Cam Taylor-Britt, as you heard Jason Earhart just say it, stepped in front of Russell Wilson's pass and just took it back to the hizzy. And the Bengals indeed strike first. It's a 51-yard pick 6 for Cam Taylor-Britt. Extra point coming for the Bengals and Evan McPherson, and it is up and it is good. Cincinnati 7-0. The defense, which has been much maligned, much criticized this year, rightfully so. They got a pick 6 on their opening defensive drive. George Pickens looks like he fell down or slipped. I only saw the end of that angle on the replay, and it was an easy pick for Cam Taylor-Britt, and it was just about as easy of a pick 6. He basically went untouched. So disaster for the Steelers on their first drive. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals. Cam Taylor-Britt gets them on the board, 7-0. The Patriots, by the way, it's now 4th and goal. Drake May just got sacked. And for the Falcons, we'll go out there in just a moment and let you know how that field goal went for Younghoe Koo and the Chargers. But let's check in at MetLife Stadium for the first time since they've kicked it off. Seahawks and the Jets. Couple of minutes inside the opening salvo. Let's go to Mike Mancuso live. What's up, Mike?
Okay, Pat, I can't give you a pick 6. I can't give you a 4th down try or a field goal. I can give you just a lot of incompletions. Both teams have punted on their first possessions. Geno Smith was 1 of 4. Aaron Rodgers 0 of 2. The Jets offense was booed already off the field after their first possession of this game. Anyway, right now Seattle has it 1st and 10. They're on their own 39-yard line. We are scoreless, the Jets and the Seahawks here at MetLife Stadium.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Let's shoot over now to Duval. Jaguars, Texans. They're about midway through the first quarter already. Let's check in live time since kickoff with Brian Scheibel. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, Jags getting ready to start their second possession. Texans won the toss in this one. They did defer. Got a first look at Trevor Lawrence. Did get a short completion to Evan Ingram on the first drive, and when attempt to go deep to Brian Thomas Jr. on 3rd down, a pass broken up by Derek Stingley. The Texans had things moving, starting at the 17-yard line after a 64-yard Logan Cook punt backed them up pretty deep. C.J. Stroud connected with Dalton Schultz, couple of passes to move the sticks. Also, Nico Collins and Joe Mixon pick up first down receptions on that drive. And on a 3rd down near midfield, Trayvon Walker with a big 13-yard quarterback sack and forced the Texans into a punt. So 7:29 to go. Jags ready to take over here. No score in this one. Ball on their own 16-yard line.
All right, thank you, Brian. Wild play just broke out in the Chargers-Falcons game after we told you we wanted to get you the update on that Younghoe Koo field goal attempt. So why don't we go right now live, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Let's get when the dust settles, let's find out what just happened between the Chargers and the Falcons. Jeff Zell's going to fill us in. Jeff.
Well, it's looking like a good first quarter for the Falcons. They're up 3-0, just recovered a Gus Edwards fumble. And now they've completed a pass to Bijan Robinson at the 25. But on their first drive, listen, Pat, it looked like they were going down for a touchdown. But they did. They settled for a field goal. 13 plays, 53 yards, took 6 minutes and 27 seconds on the drive. Cousins 4 or 5 for 23 yards. Bijan Robinson 5 carries, 24 yards. But the reality is Atlanta got 3 first downs. They had a 3rd and 6 from the 17. And Mooney had found a crease. He was open, but Kirk Cousins underthrew him, so they had to settle for a Younghoe Koo 35-yard field goal that barely got inside the goalpost. And now the Falcons have found Drake London, and the Falcons will be inside the 10-yard line. So maybe that stat they're aware of as well. Atlanta on top, 3-0. They have the ball on the 9-yard line, first down, 6:05 to go in the first quarter.
All right, Jeff, thanks. And, just wanted to clarify. I think I don't know if my game cast is wrong or the TV's wrong. Younghoe Koo missed that 35-yard field goal, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a missed 35-yard field goal from Younghoe Koo, who has had his major struggles kicking the ball. And we heard Jeff tell us that they have Riley Patterson active today. Oh, you might see Riley Patterson kick in the – actually, no, he was inactive. He was a late inactive scratch, so it is – Younghoe Koo is the only active kicker for the Falcons, and he already missed a chip shot 35-yard field goal to add on to his struggles. But after that fumble by the Chargers, again, you heard Jeff telling us the Falcons have moved it very quickly down the field yet again. They've got a 1st and goal, toss to Bijan Robinson, and the Chargers shut it down on the edge. He maybe gets a yard to the 7. So 2nd and goal for the 7-yard line for the Atlanta Falcons, and we will keep you posted on that. Meanwhile, we told you the Patriots on their last drive, they had a 1st and goal, but then they went backwards. They had to settle for a Joey Sly 35-yard field goal, and he knocked that through. So 3-0 Patriots, but now just like that, very quickly the other way, the Indianapolis Colts are in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 7. Jonathan Taylor just took a 6-yard carry for a 1st down. So we will get to New England in just a moment there and find out how that Colts drive finishes up, and we'll tell you how the Falcons drive finishes up as well. Meanwhile, the Vikings on their first drive, they quickly moved the ball down the field, but then they stalled. They had to settle for a John Parker Romo 44-yard field goal. I just watched it live. He knocked it through. He's a perfect 9 of 9 since taking over the kicking duties for the injured Will Reichard. We'll take a short break here. We'll come back. We'll tell you how the Falcons drive finished and the Colts drive finished. There are the two teams in the red zone right now, but here's a full scoreboard for you as we just getting going in Week 13 in the NFL. Falcons and Chargers scoreless, 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bengals off the Cam Taylor-Britt 51-yard pick 6. They lead the Steelers 7-0. 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Pittsburgh does have the ball in positive territory, though. Russell Wilson just hit Najee Harris for a 25-yard gain. Vikings and the Cardinals exchange field goals. It's 3-3 in Minneapolis. Waiting on to see what the Colts drive finishes up with, but right now it's Patriots 3, Colts nothing in the first quarter. Seahawks and Jets are still scoreless midway through the first. The Commanders, off the strength of a 40-yard Brian Robinson touchdown run, they lead the Titans 7-0, and the Texans and Jaguars are still scoreless midway through the first quarter as well. This is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle.
We'll be back with more Gridiron Game Day right after this.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Guys, it's finally here. Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. It's cold, salted, yet perfectly sweet, delicious, and it's at the top of Santa's Christmas list. What? Santa has a list too, you know. And he's a huge salted caramel frosty fan. Probably why he's so jolly all the time. The iconic frosty with a salted caramel twist? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Salted caramel frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it'll take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 10 million people. Without destroying your credit, they can reduce your interest rates, lower your total payments up to 50% to get you out of debt fast. For a free consultation, call Consolidated Credit now. The program works.
Call 800-210-4298. 800-210-4298. 800-210-4298.
Consolidated Credit Solutions Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Kansas CSO 0019051. Maryland DM 1492. Oregon DM 892. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, license number DCA3. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action. Actual interest rates, length of program, and monthly payment reductions will vary by consumer and creditor. Yours could be higher or lower. Not a loan company. We do not lend money.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Attention all Patriots. This is Jason Hansen, former CIA officer and security expert. I have an urgent message for anyone who's concerned about their financial future. In a world filled with economic uncertainty and geopolitical turmoil, it's never been more important to have a rock-solid plan for protecting your wealth. That's why I'm inviting you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. During this exclusive summit, you'll get proven top strategies for safeguarding your hard-earned assets and securing your financial independence. We'll cover everything from diversifying your portfolio to creating a fail-safe emergency fund. Don't leave your future to chance. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances and secure your future. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free summit. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. So I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Join me, JR, weekdays starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific for the JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
All right, I'm your host, Pat Boyle. We had a couple of scores just in the last few minutes that we got to fill you in on. Plus, we've got two teams in the red zone right now. The Patriots have it first and goal at the 2. The Chargers have it first and 10 at the Falcons 20. But let's go to Gillette Stadium. That's where we've had most of the action so far in any of the 7 games here in the opening window. And let's go live right now to Gillette Stadium and check in with Alan Siegel. Alan, what's the latest?
Well, the latest, unfortunately, is that the Patriots just had themselves a 2-yard touchdown run by Ramondre Stevenson, but as what happened last week, they had a penalty, and it has been brought back. So instead of being first and goal at the 2 and then a touchdown, the Patriots are going to be first and goal at the 12-yard line. It has been an offensive show here, actually, as both teams have driven up and down the field. The Patriots had the first drive of the game. They had on Ramondre Stevenson 32-yard run, 9-yard completion to Henry, and then a sack once they got the second and goal at the 7-yard line. Allowed only a 35-yard field goal by Joey Slye. Then Anthony Richardson took over, and they took over on the ground. Anthony Richardson riding for 10 yards. Jonathan Taylor ran for 24, and then there was a pass of 23 to Drew Ogletree, and eventually they got a 6-yard touchdown pass from Richardson to Jonathan Taylor for the touchdown that made it 7-3. The Patriots just got a 41-yard run from Drake May and got all the way down to the the 2-yard line. Now 2 straight penalties have got them back now to the 26-yard line. So an offensive show here. And Pat, one note. I know that at the beginning of the game you had a prop with Ramondre Stevenson with over 51 yards. Well, right now Ramondre Stevenson has 40 yards, so 11 yards from cashing that prop for the listeners, Pat.
Hey, how about that, Alan? Appreciate that, my friend. How about Alan keeping up with the entire aspects of the show? That's what we love to see here. It's close-knit. And, yes, Ramondre Stevenson off to a great start for us here. So the Patriots just got hit with offensive holding, so they're backed up first and goal now at the 22. So we'll keep you posted there. But let's go to Atlanta. We've had a couple of scores in that one to fill you in on. Jeff Zell, the latest from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, Chargers-Falcons. What's up, Jeff?
Well, we do have a made field goal. Cameron Dicker. It is not Younghoe Koo who made a field goal. Younghoe Koo missed the field goal, but the Falcons came right back. And after recovering a fumble, they go 5 plays, 29 yards. Bijan Robinson, a 2-yard touchdown run. Atlanta's now on top of the Chargers 7-3. So remember that stat. When the Falcons have scored a touchdown in the last 8 weeks, they have won the game. Kirk Cousins 5 of 6 for 40 yards. Drake London 2 catches for 29. And Bijan, a workhorse, 9 carries, 32 yards. Meanwhile, the Falcons actually have a sack today. Grady Jarrett sacked Justin Herbert. It puts L.A. back, and L.A. had to settle for the field goal. Justin Herbert 2 of 3 for 51 yards. The Falcons on top, the first quarter touchdown, 7-3 over the Chargers, 1:39 to go here in the first quarter.
All right, Jeff, appreciate you, my friend. So there you go, Atlanta up 7-3, and you heard the stat, 8 straight games when they've scored a touchdown in the first quarter. They have won. Let's go to Landover, Maryland. A lot of action in this one so far. Commanders, Titans. Commanders are inside the 10. Let's go live to Chris Russell. What's up, Chris?
Actually, Pat, they're in the end zone again for a second time, and it's Jaden Daniels, a 3-yard tough touchdown run up the middle. And the Commanders, after Zane Gonzalez's extra point, now lead 14-0 with 2:23 left to go in the first quarter. Let me give you kind of the story of this game. We told you Brian Robinson with a 40-yard touchdown run. He was virtually untouched on the first Commander series of the game. Daniels just finished off that. Brian Robinson had a 16-yard run on a 3rd and 1 earlier on the drive. Jeremy McNichols had a 12-yard run earlier on the drive as well. So the Commanders are running the ball with reckless abandon. So far, 94 net rushing yards on 2 offensive drives. The Titans came in averaging, allowing only 106.7 rushing yards per game. So they're almost already at the Titans rushing allowed average after just 2 offensive series, and they've cashed it in for 2 touchdowns. So again, the Commanders lead 14-0 here late in the first quarter. Jaden Daniels 5 for 5 for 45 yards as a passer. So Pat, much better start there than certainly the last couple of weeks. Will Levis 3 of 5 for only 3 yards for the Tennessee Titans, who haven't been able to really get anything going on a couple of their offensive possessions so far. So far, so good for the Commanders. 14-0, 2:23 left to go in the first quarter here in Landover.
All right, Chris, appreciate you. Right now, we've got 3 teams in the red zone. The Bengals have it 1st and goal at the 1. We'll go to Cincinnati in a matter of moments. Cardinals have it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're tied with the Vikings 3-3. We'll go to Minnesota in a few moments. And the Jets have it 2nd and goal inside the 10 against the Seahawks. That game scoreless. Let's go to Cincinnati right now, though, and get the live red zone trip from Jason Earhart. What's up, Jason?
Well, Pat, hope you hit the over on this one today. Chase Brown goes in from a yard out to put the Bengals up 14-7. Looked like he had a 41-yard touchdown, but they reviewed it, knocked him out at the 1-yard line, but no problem, takes it in a play later. This comes on the heels of the Steelers tying the game just a couple minutes ago on a 17-yard pass to George Pickens, a wide receiver screen. Good blocking from Ben Skoranek in front of him to go in for the touchdown. And a lot of points here so far. One injury note, Najee Harris. Banged up on that last Steeler drive. Non-contact injury. We haven't gotten an update yet as to what it might be, but doesn't look like he's coming back in the game anytime soon. 14-7 Bengals, 5:01 to go here, still in the first quarter.
All right, Jason, appreciate you. That Bengals defense, they do have the pick 6, but expecting plenty of points basically any time they play. The offense is great. The defense is horrible. So far, 14-7 Bengals. You just heard the latest touchdown there from Jason Earhart. Cincinnati, it's Chase Brown, the 1-yard touchdown run after George Pickens caught a 17-yard touchdown catch on the previous drive. So 14-7 Bengals. Let's get out to Minnesota. We told you the Vikings were in the red zone, or excuse me, it was the Cardinals who were in the red zone. They're still in the red zone. Let's go live right now to U.S. Bank Stadium. Eric Nelson's got it. Eric.
Yeah, hey, Pat. The Redbirds were in the red zone. Emphasis on were. After a fumble recovery, Aaron Jones caught a short flip pass over the middle, and Sean Murphy-Bunting punched the ball out of his hands, and Roy Lopez came up with the fumble recovery. Cardinals had it 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 19, but since then, they've gone backwards. They had a delay of game penalty. They had an ineligible receiver downfield, and now they just had a play that lost a couple of yards on a short pass from Kyler Murray to one of his receivers. So we have completed 1 quarter, and Arizona is facing a 3rd and 21 from the Minnesota 30 in this 3-3 game. Chad Ryland has a 32-yard field goal for the Cardinals scoring, and John Parker Romo, who is replacing the rookie Will Reichert, who got injured a few weeks ago, he's got a 44-yard kick for Minnesota. So that's the scoring so far. If you're looking for some numbers in this one, Kyler Murray, 8 of 9 for 38 yards. Sam Darnold, 3 of 4 for 28 yards. Aaron Jones has run for 16. James Conner for 20. And through one quarter, Justin Jefferson on a milk carton. No catches, no targets. And remember, last week, Chicago, overtime win for the Vikings, just 5 targets. So some of these defenses are figuring out a way to, limit the touches for Justin Jefferson. And by the way, the Cardinals franchise has not won in Minnesota since 1977. They played in St. Louis then, and the Vikings were at the old Met in Bloomington. It was Jim Hart, Terry Metcalf, Mel Gray, Dan Dierdorf, guys like that. So they're trying to snap an 11-game road losing streak here in the land of lakes as we enter the second quarter in a 3-3 game, Cardinals and Vikings. All right, how about that? Great stats, Eric. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, so the Cardinals were in the red zone. They're technically out of it now. It's 3rd and 21 when they start the second quarter, but they are in field goal range, so we'll keep you posted on that drive. But we got the payoff from Jason Earhart in Cincinnati. The Bengals scoring a touchdown to take a lead on the Steelers 14-7. Let's pay off the drive that just finished with the Jets. They were in the red zone against the Seahawks. Let's find out what happened. Mike Mancuso's got the latest. What's up, Mike?
Well, it's 6-0 Jets. They missed the extra point. It was an 80-yard drive, 11 plays. Aaron Rodgers, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Davante Adams. And it appears as if Seattle has fumbled the kickoff and that the Jets have recovered, so they put themselves in good spot. But on that drive, the 80-yard drive, it looked like on a 3rd down and 13 that Aaron Rodgers was going to get sacked, and the Jets might have to settle for a long field goal try. But Leonard Williams, the ex-Giant, was called for a face mask. That extended the drive, gave the Jets a first down, and then a couple of plays later, Rodgers hit Davante Adams with that touchdown pass. Rodgers so far 4 of 8 for 48 yards. Davante Adams 2 catches for 32 yards and that touchdown. But then the extra point was blocked. And now the Jets have taken over after recovering the fumble. They have a 1st and 10 on Seattle's 27-yard line with a 7-0 lead.
How about that? How about that? Thank you, Mike. So the Jets coming out strong here off the bye. Season's basically over at 3-8, but hey, they're playing tough right now, trying to play spoiler against the Seahawks. Meanwhile, the Titans, they fumbled 2 plays into their latest drive. The Commanders have it in the red zone. Washington threatening to score again. Let's go live right now, right back to Chris Russell. Chris, what's going on now?
Yeah, what a crazy turn of events. As you mentioned, the Titans were already in trouble, down 14-0, Pat, and then Tony Pollard in the second play of their 3rd offensive series fumbles. Mike Sanders still forced it and then recovered a little of that Michigan love from yesterday as the second-round rookie, making a big play, and then immediately the Commanders cash it in. Brian Robinson with an 8-yard run, Brian Robinson with a no-gain run, and then Terry McLaurin from Jaden Daniels on 3rd and 2, a 16-yard touchdown run. Jaden kind of surveyed the landscape, didn't find something that he liked already, scanned back, and McLaurin was racing free and comes in for the 16-yard touchdown run. So the Commanders right now with let me see here. With the extra point good, it is 21-0 Washington with still 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They've been saying, of course, the Commanders' offense has been struggling the last couple of games and needing a fast start. You can't ask for any better than this. Up 21-0 again, not even at the end of the first quarter over Tennessee.
And that's the bounce back they were looking for. 8th touchdown catch of the year for Terry McLaurin. That's tied for the 3rd most in the NFL this season. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Nobody in the red zone now, so a little bit of a breather in the action after we just had touchdowns galore here over the last few minutes. I'll let Pete McCarthy give you a full scoreboard update. Again, nobody in the red zone, but plenty of action. Scores in all but one of the 7 games here in the opening window. Texans and Jaguars, the only game without a score so far. Week 13 in the NFL, off to a banger of a start. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. This is Gridiron Game Day. Now it's time for the first of many updates today with Mystic Mac, Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network, Sports Flash.
All right, Pat. Well, we do now have a team in the red zone. The Jets are back inside the 5-yard line of the Seahawks. The Seahawks had fumbled the kickoff after an early Jets touchdown. And the Jets down to the 4-yard line. Devontae Adams with a catch to take them down there. Devontae Adams also has the touchdown for New York. They did have the extra point blocked. The Jets up on the 6-5 Seahawks, 6-0 late in the first quarter. As you mentioned, a good start for the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels hitting Terry McLaurin for a touchdown, giving them a 21-0 lead on the Titans. Interesting as well, offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury's name has been floated as a candidate for the Bears head coaching job. Kingsbury coached up Jaden Daniels, helping the Commanders to a surprising start. He also, of course, worked with Bears quarterback Caleb Williams as a senior offensive analyst at USC last year. Texans and Jaguars scoreless after one quarter. The Texans have the ball in Jaguars territory. A couple lengthy drives for the Patriots ending in field goals. Patriots back into Colts territory, trailing by 1, 7-6 early in the second quarter. Cardinals-Vikings tied at 3. The Bengals with an explosive start, a pick 6, and then a touchdown from Chase Brown. They lead the Steelers 14-7 late in the first quarter. Bijan Robinson, a touchdown run for the Falcons. They're up on the Chargers 7-3 early in the second quarter. And the Jets do score. Aaron Rodgers finding rookie Isaiah Davis for a passing touchdown. 12-0 Jets, extra point pending. 3 games coming in the later window, the best of which sees the 8-4 Ravens trying to slow an Eagles team that has won 7 in a row. The Rams still in the mix. The tight NFC West are visiting a Saints team that has suddenly won back-to-back games. We also have the Buccaneers visiting the Panthers. Tonight, Orchard Park digging its way out of what is expected to be a foot or two of snow. Should be better conditions come game time as the Bills host the 49ers. And the Lions added 3-time Pro Bowl safety Jamal Adams to their practice squad. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
Do you want opinionated sports talk with the biggest guests on the radio? Of course you do. So check out the Zach Gelb Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on the Infinity Sports Network.
When your little one has a cold with a fever, try new DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. It's the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever offers fast, effective cold and fever relief for kids ages 6 and up with a delicious grape flavor that kids love. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever will help them feel better fast so they can get back to the fun stuff quickly. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Black Friday doorbusters are here at Lowe's. For a limited time, get 2 select 1-quart poinsettias for just $3. And get 25% off all fresh-cut Christmas trees. These deals are in stores only, so don't wait to start saving before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows deals. In-store only. Poinsettia offer limited to 16 per customer. Valid 11/29 through 12/2. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection and availability varies by location.
New York football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws an awesome block so his teammate can score instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Everyone knows the most exciting part of football is the score. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Place a first touchdown scorer wager today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than you. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. Week 13, National Football League, off to a fast-paced start here in this one. 7 games in the opening window. All but 2 are one-score games so far. Plenty of scores that we've got to fill you in on. So right now, why don't we go to Jacksonville? We haven't had a lot of action so far in the Texans and Jaguars, but we do have a score we got to fill you in on. Let's get the latest from Brian Scheibel down in Duval. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, and we just had a big turnover. You know, the Jags really haven't gotten much of anything going on the offense. 30-yard pass to Parker Washington on their second drive, but that stalled out about midfield. And just moments ago, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags found themselves 3rd and 11, tried to fire a deep ball into double coverage, and Derek Stingley picks it off, runs it back past midfield, and that's where the Texans are taking over. On their last drive, you're right, we did get our first score of the game, set up by a big reception by Nico Collins, 40 yards, but ultimately, Kymie Fairbairn hits a 53-yard field goal to give the Texans the 3-0 lead. So Stroud so far 7-12, 97 yards, 13 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Right now, Texans looking at a 2nd and 6 on the Jags 40-yard line.
All right, thank you, Brian. There you go. So the interception from Trevor Lawrence. And, Houston in positive territory right away. The Commanders, they're in the red zone right now, already up big on the Titans, 21-0. We'll go to Landover in a few moments. The other team in the red zone, the Indianapolis Colts. Let's go live right now to Gillette Stadium because we've also got a score to fill you in on in this game. Alan Siegel live right now in Foxborough. What's up, Alan?
All right, Pat. Last time I talked to you was after a Joey Sly 31-yard field goal to make it 7-6 Indianapolis. On the second play after that score, Anthony Richardson went back to pass, attempting to fire it to Michael Pittman, but it was deflected by Jelani Tavai, picked up by Christian Ellis. The Patriots had the ball back, and they couldn't go anywhere with it. and they settled for a 54-yard field goal by Joey Sly to make it 9-7. Now the Colts are doing it again on the ground, and thanks to a pass interference call on Jelani Tavai, Richardson went to Michael Pittman, a 29-yard penalty. It got them to 1st and 10 at the Patriots 15, and they are now 2nd and 12. As they're doing it, a lot of it on the ground. They have rushed so far for 58 yards, and Jonathan Taylor 35, and Richardson himself 23 yards, and he's already passed for 3 for 5 for 36. Drake May has run for 43 yards and has passed for 62. But right now it is the Colts in Patriots territory trying to get into the end zone, and they lead it. Check that. The Patriots lead it 9-7 with 9:15 to go here in the second quarter, Pat.
All right, appreciate you there, Alan. So 3rd and 2 coming up for the Colts. We'll keep you posted there. They're at the 7-yard line. Let's see. That maybe feels like that's an Anthony Richardson run coming up for the Colts. Let's go to Atlanta. 1-score game. Tight one, second quarter. Let's get the details from Jeff Zell. What's up, Jeff?
Falcons on top, 7-6, 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. With Atlanta up 7-3, and in LA territory, Kirk Cousins just an ill-advised pass downfield intended for Drake London. Tarheeb still picked it off at the 29, returned it to the 34. Chargers then go 33 yards aboard. Arnold Ebiketie sacks Justin Herbert. That's right, Atlanta has 2 sacks on the day, so the Chargers had to settle for a Cameron Dicker 51-yard field goal to go with his 45-yard field goal. Now, earlier in the game, Younghoe Koo missed a 35-yard field goal after Cousins missed an open Darnell Mooney inside the 10-yard line for what would have been a first down. Now, Cousins is 8 of 10 on the day for 59 yards, while Herbert is 5 of 6 for 79 yards. Ladd McConkey, 3 catches, 70 yards, but he fumbled after a 49-yard catch, but was recovered by the Chargers' Darius Davis. Meanwhile, Bijan Robinson, a workhorse, 2-yard touchdown run, 11 carries, 46 yards. Once again, Falcons on top, 7-6. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Let's go right back to Alan Siegel. We've got a conclusion to that Colts drive. Alan, if you could quickly here, how did it end?
It ended with Anthony Richardson going in by himself for 3 yards out, and he now has on the ground 29 yards and a touchdown, and Indianapolis has taken the lead 14-9, Pat, with 8:36 to go here in the second.
Thank you very much, Alan. Meanwhile, another touchdown in Cincinnati. Why not? We've got them galore. Let's get the latest in the Steelers-Bengals game from Jason Earhart. Jason.
Yeah, Pat, they're coming fast and furious here. Calvin Austin, 23-yard touchdown reception on the first play of the second quarter. That's tied a game at 14. Russell Wilson sharp so far, 12 of 15, 143 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Bengals on the move again, though, here on their next drive after the touchdown as they are inside Steeler territory. And you're going to have a pass interference down around the 30, 25-yard line of the Steelers. So the Bengals presumably within the range here to score again. Chase Brown's been effective on the ground, 4 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown. All tied at 14, 13:37 remaining here in the second quarter from Cincinnati.
Thank you, Jason. 3 teams in the red zone right now. The Seahawks down 14-0 against the Jets. They're in the red zone. We'll go live to MetLife Stadium in a few moments because we got to fill you in on that latest Jets touchdown. We'll go to Landover as well in a few moments. Commanders already up 21-0. They've got a 3rd and goal. But let's go to Minnesota right now. Cardinals, Vikings. One team was just in the red zone. Let's get the details. Eric Nelson at Allowed U.S. Bank Stadium. Eric, if you could here in about 30 seconds or less, that would be great.
All right, 8 minutes to go, second quarter, 3-3 game. Cardinals with the ball, facing a 2nd and 18 from their 22. They started this drive deep in their own territory, but a Kyler Murray scramble got him out of the hole. He's had a couple of big hookups with Michael Wilson, the kid out of Stanford, and another huge hookup with the tight end, Elijah Higgins, out of Stanford. So the old Cardinal now playing for the new Cardinals, if you will. 7:33 to go in the second quarter. Cardinals will have the ball at about the 15 of Minnesota, facing a 3rd down and long. in a 3-3 game here in Minneapolis.
All right, thank you, Eric. We'll keep you posted on that drive. Meanwhile, we told you that the Washington Commanders were yet again in the red zone. That drive is finished. Guess how? Let's go to Chris Russell. Chris, if you could in 30 seconds here, that would be great.
Yes, sir. 27-0 Washington pending the extra point. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown already of the day and his 9th of the year. Still 11 minutes left to go before halftime here. We're awaiting something, but I quite honestly lost track before the extra point here. But this was after another turnover by the Titans, this time on a kick return, and Washington recovered it and then drove the rest of the field. So they're up 27-0. If this holds up, we await with 11 minutes left to go before halftime.
All right, thank you, Chris. We got to get out to MetLife Stadium as soon as we come back. We just had a crazy finish to that Seahawks drive. We'll get you an update on the Seahawks and the Jets. And, of course, we'll get you right back to the action everywhere else in this very busy, very jam-packed, action-packed Week 13 in the NFL. 7 games here in the early window. Falcons lead the Chargers 7-6. Chargers have the ball in plus territory. Bengals and Steelers all tied up at 14. Cardinals and Vikings all tied up at 3. The Cardinals have a 3rd and 11 in the red zone. Colts lead the Patriots after an Anthony Richardson touchdown. It's 14-9. Indianapolis. Commanders now lead at 28-0 over the Titans, and the Texans lead the Jaguars 3-0. Houston's got a 2nd and goal. We'll be right back. This is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Guys, it's finally here. Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. It's cold, salted, yet perfectly sweet, delicious, and it's at the top of Santa's Christmas list. What? Santa has a list too, you know. And he's a huge salted caramel frosty fan. Probably why he's so jolly all the time. The iconic frosty with a salted caramel twist? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Salted caramel frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield, and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Do you have a special needs child or an older adult in your home? The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying, but you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Fellow Americans, former CIA officer Jason Hansen here to invite you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. As a former CIA officer, I've used my expertise to protect myself, my country, and my family from threats for decades. Now I'm recommending all Americans take action to guard their personal and financial security from threats to the U.S. dollar. That's what Thursday's exclusive Financial Security Summit will focus on. You'll get top strategies for safeguarding your wealth no matter what challenges may come our way. During this summit, you'll discover how to create a bulletproof financial plan that can potentially withstand the death of the dollar and possibly even thrive in the face of an economic collapse. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free event. Again, 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Maggie and Perloff, Bill Ryder, Jim Rome, Zach Gell, JR, Bart Winkler, and Amy Lawrence. Listen to the Infinity Sports Network lineup 24/7 on SiriusXM Channel 158, your smart speaker, the Odyssey app, or your local affiliate. Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
All righty, this might be the most offense we've had in the first hour of the show all season long. There has been touchdowns nonstop. We just had 3 touchdowns happen 2 in 1 game in the last 60 seconds of real time. And we just had another touchdown that just happened before our very eyes in the Bengals-Steelers game. So we got to get out there. We got to get out to Atlanta where the Chargers are in the red zone. We got to get to the Patriots-Colts game where there's been a touchdown. There was a score in the Cardinals-Vikings game. 2 touchdowns in rapid succession in the Seahawks-Jets game. A score in the Texans-Jaguars game. And then, the Commanders are blowing out the Titans 28-0. So outside of that, there's basically close games all around. And this has been a fantastic, tremendous day of football so far. So let's get you caught up in just a moment. But, of course, we want to tell you that this is your one-stop shop for football action each and every Sunday. 8 hours long, all 18 weeks of the regular season. And you'll hear about every touchdown, whether you hear it live or you hear it a few minutes after. Every big play, all the injury news and information you need during the games. Sports betting advice and expertise, fantasy football advice and expertise, and live listen-ins, reports, and stats from our correspondents from every stadium where football is being played. This is Gridiron Game Day on the Infinity Sports Network. I'm your host, Pat Boyle, and the show is sponsored by BetMGM. Whether you're listening on over 200 of our local affiliates or SiriusXM Channel 158 or anywhere, anytime on the free Odyssey app, we are happy to have you. We've got a bit of an issue with our phone lines right now, so that means yours truly will step it up in a second gear here, and I'll deliver you all the action. And while we wait for our phone lines to be back, let's start in Cincinnati. The Bengals just scored another touchdown, and it is Jamar Chase, a 4-yard touchdown catch from Joe Burrow. That has been back and forth. 2 offenses lighting up the scoreboard, 2 defenses that are struggling to stop a nosebleed right now. Here is the play-by-play of this Bengals-Steelers game so far. The Bengals went 3 and out and punted on their first drive. Then Russell Wilson threw a pick 6 to Cam Taylor-Britt for a 51-yard return. That made it 7-0 Bengals. Since then, it's been 4 straight touchdowns, 4 straight offensive touchdowns on 4 straight drives. The Steelers scoring a touchdown with George Pickens on a 17-yard catch. The Bengals answered with Chase Brown on a 1-yard touchdown run. And then the Steelers came right back with a 23-yard touchdown catch from Calvin Austin. But as you just heard me say, the Bengals right back the other way with a touchdown. Jamar Chase, 4-yard touchdown catch. It's 21-14 Cincinnati. There's still 9:52 left to go in the second quarter. We're on pace for about 150 points in that game. Unbelievable start offensively and a massive game for the Bengals. Their offense showing up along with that pick six from Cam Taylor-Britt. All right, let's go to the Vikings-Cardinals game, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Last time that we checked, the Cardinals were in the red zone, but just like they were last time in the red zone, they go backwards, and they don't really do much. Chad Ryland has already missed a 45-yard field goal. That was the last time they were in the red zone, and they got backed up to 4th and 18. They get backed up again to 4th and 9. This time, Chad Ryland nails a 31-yard field goal. Cardinals, though, leaving some extra precious points on the board. They do lead the Vikings 6-3. It's at the 2-minute warning, and Minnesota's got the ball 3rd and 6 at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. So they're in field goal range. Obviously, they're going to try to score a touchdown, but you would think at worst this could be 6-6 between the Cardinals and the Vikings heading into halftime. Chargers, their drive just finished up against the Falcons. They were in the red zone as well, but they couldn't do anything once they got there. So Cameron Dicker hits a 34-yard field goal, and the Chargers go up on the Falcons 9-7. 3 field goals from the Chargers today, and they have not been at 3 straight drives with 3 straight field goals. They were in the red zone on that last previous drive, but they got in the field goal territory each of the last 2 times. So the story so far for the Chargers, they've been able to move the ball, but once they get in plus territory of the red zone, not much after that. Cameron Dicker's got 3 field goals. Younghoe Koo has already missed a field goal in this game for the Falcons, but they did get a touchdown courtesy of Bijan Robinson. So that's the 1 touchdown score in the Chargers-Falcons game. Chargers lead at 9-7. Atlanta's going to get the ball back with just under a minute left to go in the first half. Steelers, that offense continues to cook. Russell Wilson just hit Cordell Patterson for a 20-yard gain, and just like that, Pittsburgh immediately into plus territory. We've already had 35 points in this game. The Bengals lead the Steelers 21-14. Vikings, again, still waiting on that 3rd and 6 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Let's go to Foxborough. Patriots-Colts. Last time we heard from Alan Siegel, the Colts scored a touchdown with Anthony Richardson to go up 14-9. Well, New England answered right back. 8-play, 70-yard drive. And it finishes with an Austin Hooper 16-yard touchdown catch from Drake May. And Ramondre Stevenson, as we were hoping for, he has been running the ball incredibly well. So has Antonio Gibson. Ramondre Stevenson's got 7 carries, 44 yards. Antonio Gibson's got 4 carries, 32 yards. Drake May also ripped off a 41-yard run in this game. So the Colts rush defense, as advertised, very porous. New England's already got 117 rushing yards, but their latest touchdown, again, Austin Hooper, 16-yard touchdown catch, puts New England up 16-14 with just over 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And it looks like the Patriots are going to get the ball back as well. Anthony Richardson was just looking for Michael Pittman on a 3rd and 12, could not find him, incomplete, so 4th and 12. New England's going to get the ball back. Right back to Minnesota. That 3rd and 6 from the Vikings did not turn out as planned. 4th down, they're going to have to kick a field goal. Sam Darnold just got sacked for a loss of 8, so it's a 55-yarder for John Parker Romo, and he boots it through. This kid has been unbelievable since he joined the active roster, replacing the injured Will Reichard. John Parker Romo, if you didn't know him a few weeks ago, if you didn't know him today, you should know him now. Bangs through a 55-yarder. He's a perfect 10 of 10, and the Vikings tie the game up with the Cardinals. It's 6-6 with 1:12 left to go in the first half. Najee Harris just took an 8-yard carry for a first down and an extra 15 on top of it because of a face mask from Cam Taylor-Britt. So the Steelers are right near the red zone. Now they're in the red zone. Russell Wilson just hit Najee Harris for a 6-yard gain. So it's 2nd and 4 for the Steelers from the 19-yard line. And we've got the phone lines coming out over the air. Just make sure we have that turned down, please. So we've got that going on. We check in. Here's the wildest game so far of the opening window. It's the Seahawks and the Jets. We were going to go to a Mike Mancuso update, and then all hell broke loose at MetLife Stadium. So the Jets were up 14-0. They scored a touchdown with Aaron Rodgers finding his receiver, and that is Isaiah Davis. Yeah, not one of the guys at the top of the depth chart for the Jets, but Isaiah Davis, another one of their rookie running backs who they took in the 5th round alongside Braylon Allen. Isaiah Davis with his first touchdown of the season. That was on a 4-yard touchdown pass from Rodgers. That put the Jets up 14-0. And then from there, it only got crazy. The Seahawks, they drove down the field, 10 plays, 88 yards, and they scored to get on the board a touchdown. Geno Smith, a 12-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Barner, one of their tight ends, for a touchdown. So that made it 14-7. And then on the ensuing play, the Jets went to the house on the kickoff. 99-yard kick return for a touchdown from Kene and Nwangwu. 99 yards to the house. And Nwangwu, I believe, also then recovered a fumble earlier in this game on that Seahawks kick return. So I believe he's got a fumble recovery. And then Kene and Nwangwu also ran a kickoff back 99 yards for a touchdown. So the Jets' last 2 touchdowns coming from Isaiah Davis and Kene and Nwangwu. Not Breece Hall, not Davante Adams, not Garrett Wilson. Isaiah Davis and Kene and Nwangwu. So after the Seahawks score to get on the board, the Jets run it back 99 yards for a touchdown to make it 21-7. And then Seattle then fumbled the kickoff. So they fumbled for the second straight time. Not the second straight time, but they fumbled for the second time on a kickoff today. The Jets recover it, looking like they're going to go up, 3 scores. And they're inside the red zone, 3rd and 7 at the 9. And Aaron Rodgers goes for a short pass in the flat, and Leonard Williams picks it off and runs it back 92 yards for the touchdown. Just an absurdly insane sequence of events in this Jets-Seahawks game. You had a Jets touchdown, you had a Seahawks you had Jets touchdown, then you had a Seahawks touchdown, then your Jets ran a 99-yard kickback for a touchdown, then the Seahawks fumbled the kickoff for the second and the last 3 times, and you think the Jets are going to go up big, and they throw a pick 6, and Leonard Williams runs it back 92 yards for that to the house. The Seahawks then had their extra point blocked. So, just unbelievable. An unbelievable combination of events there. And when the dust settles, it's 21-13. The Jets lead it. There's still under 7 minutes left to go in the first half, and they are right near midfield. Breece Hall just took a 2nd and 6 carry for 4 yards. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Jets at the Seahawks 48. Rodgers looking over the middle to pass, looking for his tight end Tyler Conklin. It's knocked down, incomplete. 4th and 2, and the Jets look like they want to go for it here. Why not? 3-8 on the season. You're at midfield. Why not get a little aggressive here? And they're running this play quickly here. Rodgers back to pass, looking over the top. He's got Davante Adams. It's going to be a first down. No, they're saying he didn't catch the ball. Davante Adams looked like he made a great diving full extension catch for the first down on a 4th and 2. And now they are saying it's incomplete, and the replay is basically showing that. Jeff Ulbrich, the interim head coach, had the challenge flag ready, but they just went to a commercial break. I don't know if that was worth challenging. That looked like an incomplete pass. So this wild game continues between the Jets and the Seahawks here. 21-13 Jets. They just turned the ball over on downs pending a review. The Seahawks looked like they were dead in the water, and now just moments later, they've got life. Texans, they were in the red zone, but they had to settle for their second field goal of the game. So it's 6-0 Houston, and Trevor Lawrence has already thrown an interception in this game. Houston, their last 2 drives, again, moved the ball well, but it stalls with 2 Kaimi Fairbairn field goals, one from 53 yards out, the other from 30 yards out. There was just over 2 minutes left to go in the first half in that game. The Jaguars have it on a 3rd and 1 from the Texans 35. So that's a big play coming up in that game. Again, this is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle. We apologize right now, some technical difficulties with the phone lines. But luckily, we've got our man Chris Russell on a Comrex in Landover, where it's blowout city for the Commanders, and they've got the ball again, looking to maybe get some more points on the board. Chris?
Yeah, it is, Pat. It's 28-0 Washington with 2:15 left to go here in the first half. Washington right now facing a 3rd and 20 at the Titans 30. So we'll see what happens the rest of this possession as we head towards the 2-minute warning. But it has been an absolute comedy of errors for the Tennessee Titans. They have 2 turnovers, one on special teams, a kickoff fumble, and as well one on a Tony Pollard fumble, both recovered by Washington, both turned into points. They had 2 false starts on their first offensive drive. The back-to-back turnovers that I mentioned, they had two killer defensive penalties, both on third down incompletions that extended a Commanders touchdown drive. They just had a holding penalty on a 3-and-out on their offensive series, their 5th offensive series of the game. They just had a defensive face mask penalty that extended this drive. It has been an absolute horror show for Brian Callahan and the Tennessee Titans, not to mention they're down 28-0. Again, the Commanders getting 2 touchdowns, 8 and 9 on the year from Terry McLaurin. He's already got 5 catches, 5 targets for 50 yards. Certainly that has been a big story around here with Cliff Kingsbury's offense struggling the last couple of games. Jaden Daniels is 12 of 13, 97 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a touchdown run, 6 carries, 30 yards. So everything turning up roses so far for the Washington Commanders. 2:09 left to go before halftime, 28-0 Washington.
All right, Chris, thank you. And I'm just seeing now some breaking injury news as of a couple of minutes ago. Trevor Lawrence carted off the field after he took a brutal, nasty shot from the Texans' Azeez Al-Shaair on a play where Lawrence rolled out, ran the ball, picked up a first down, slid, and as he's sliding, Texans linebacker / pass rusher Azeez Al-Shaair, formerly of the 49ers, absolutely clocked him right in the head as he's sliding. And Lawrence, I mean, it was scary. It was pretty uncomfortable to watch, to kind of watch Trevor Lawrence then, his head smash off the grass and wasn't moving a whole lot. And Trevor Lawrence just ended up getting carted off the field. Azeez Al-Shaair ejected from the game on a nasty, nasty late hit. Lawrence was very noticeably going into a slide. Azeez Al-Shaair just crushed him. He just crushed him, went full speed, head first, right into Trevor Lawrence's head as he was sliding feet first. Lawrence had the fencing response. It was very uncomfortable to watch. It conjures up memories of Tua Tagovailoa's concussions, and there was a massive fight that broke out on the sidelines right after that hit. You had helmets off between numerous Jaguars and Texans players. Referees couldn't get it under control. It spilled out over to the benches. Just a brutal, ugly scene. All started because of a cheap shot, pretty pathetic hit from Azeez Al-Shaair. Full speed launching himself into a Trevor Lawrence who was sliding, and he was pretty well into that slide. I understand if there's a late hit, but this was full speed, launched himself right at the helmet of Trevor Lawrence as he went into that slide, and it looks like he basically knocked him unconscious. Trevor Lawrence carted off, Azeez Al-Shaair ejected. Massive fight between the Texans and the Jaguars. And when the dust settles, it's we still have a 1st and 10, Jacksonville now. This is a couple of plays later. So into the game for Jacksonville at quarterback should be Mac Jones. He was the one that has been playing the last 2 games with Lawrence missing because of an AC joint shoulder sprain in his non-throwing shoulder. So it does look like it is Mac Jones into the game. They haven't thrown a pass since. They've just been running the football. So trying to get a live viewing of this game. But right now, the Jaguars have it 2nd and 5. Tank Bigsby just ran it for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 at the Houston 24. Trevor Lawrence carted off. Azeez Al-Shaair ejected. Big fight that just broke out, and it's a 6-0 game. The Texans lead it. They just hit Houston just called their first timeout after the 2-minute warning. So there is that. There's one team in the red zone right now. It's the Arizona Cardinals. They've been here a few times. They've been able to hit 2 field goals. They've already missed one as well. Cardinals just burned their final timeout of the half after picking up a first down. Kyler Murray hitting Trey McBride to get a first down inside the red zone. They're at the 17. The Cardinals, though, have no timeouts. There's 17 seconds left. So the big decision on how the Cardinals want to approach this game here and how they want to go about it. Jonathan Gannon, is it maybe 2 shots at the end zone and then a field goal? Do they want to try to pick up another 10 yards or so and spike the ball? Let Matt Eberflus's meltdown on Thanksgiving Day serve as an example for everybody else here in terms of clock management when you don't have any timeouts in the final minute of a game or a half. So you got that going on. Cardinals, 1st and 10 in the red zone. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, we told you, they were getting the ball back after the Jets turned it over on downs. It was a quick drive. They were able to pick up 1 first down, but that was it for Seattle. The drive stalls, and they have to settle for a 54-yard field goal. Jason Myers, the kick is up, and it is good. So it was 21-7, and the Jets had the ball inside the 10, and now you blink, and it's 21-16. Jets lead it. 4:15 left to go in the first half in that one. We have hit halftime in the Chargers-Falcons game. It's 9-7 Chargers, 3 field goals on 3 straight drives for L.A. The 1 touchdown in this game, Bijan Robinson from 2 yards out, but there hasn't been a lot of offense, and even when there has been, a lot of drives stalling in this one. So Chargers lead the Falcons 9-7 at the half, and it will be to receive the second half kickoff. The Chargers will get the ball first. So they're up 9-7. They're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. We go to Cincinnati. We told you it was Bengals 21 and it was Steelers 14, and there was a ton of offense and it wasn't slowing down. That is still the case. And the Chargers just finished off a drive a few minutes ago where they scored another touchdown, 5 straight drives with 5 offensive touchdowns. And you include the pick 6 from Cam Taylor-Britt, it's been a touchdown on 6 straight drives. The Steelers getting their last one, Najee Harris, 10-yard touchdown catch. Caps off a 5-play, 68-yard drive that ties the game yet again at 21 apiece between the Steelers and the Bengals. And then just now, moments ago, the Bengals were once again in plus territory. Joe Burrow strip sacked by T.J. Watt, recovered by the Steelers. They take over on a strip sack of Joe Burrow just as Cincinnati was threatening to get into field goal range and threatening to get into the red zone yet again. And then the Steelers just now on their first play since that strip sack of Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson finds Jaylen Warren for a 29-yard gain through the air. It's a first down. Pittsburgh, they're in field goal range. They're knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. It's 21-21 with 3:46 to go in that one. It's now officially halftime between the Cardinals and the Vikings. Arizona did indeed settle for a field goal. They were able to get a first down inside the 10 with Trey McBride, but then they had to spike it to stop the clock, and Jonathan Gannon didn't want to try to force it any further. There was only 2 seconds left, so they nearly ran out of time. Chad Ryland hits his 3rd field goal of the first half, a 24-yarder. So that's at the half in Minnesota. It's Cardinals 9, Vikings 6. We've got under 30 seconds left to go in the first half in Foxborough. The Patriots still lead the Colts 16-14. And after Indianapolis had to punt it away, the Patriots are in the red zone trying to make it a 2-score game right before the half. Right now they've got a 3rd and 2 from the 3-yard line. Ramondre Stevenson continuing to run incredibly well in this game. He's got 9 carries, 52 yards. We're not going to ring the bell and cash the prop just yet. God forbid he goes backwards and an injury or something happens. So Ramondre Stevenson looking great. And right now it's 3rd and 2 from the 3-yard line for the Patriots. They're up 16-14 on the Colts. There's 27 seconds left. Patriots have no timeouts. They just burned their final timeout a play ago. So now the Colts just took a timeout. So the Colts defense wanted to see how the Patriots line up. They just took a timeout. So Patriots on the other side of a timeout, 27 seconds, no timeouts. They lead the Colts 16-14, and they've got a 3rd and 2 from the 3-yard line. It's at the 2-minute warning at MetLife Stadium. After the Seahawks kick the field goal, the Jets are near midfield. They lead Seattle 21-16. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. It's a 2nd and 7 for the Jets from the 47-yard line. The Steelers drive after that big pass to Jaylen Warren. They don't get anything after that. 50-yard field goal for Chris Boswell is up, and it is good. So the Steelers take a 24-21 lead, 45 points already in the first half, and there's still 3.5 minutes left to go in Cincinnati. The Tennessee Titans, they've got the ball right now at their own 36. It's still 28-0. Washington just missed a field goal with Zane Gonzalez on their previous drive, so they could have made it 31-0. It's still a blowout city, and the result likely a formality, but the Titans looking to maybe get on the board before the end of the first half. They trail the Commanders 28-0, and then right now, still on the same drive where Trevor Lawrence was knocked out of the game, carted off the field, with what looked like an absolute concussion in every sense of the word on a brutal cheap shot from the Texans' Azeez Al-Shaair that got him ejected out of the game. The Jaguars nearly just scored a touchdown, but an offensive holding is going to bring it back. So Jacksonville's got it 2nd and 14 at the 20. They're in the red zone. The Texans lead it 6-0. There's just over a minute left to go in the first half. Mac Jones' pass over the middle is incomplete, so it's going to be a 3rd and long for Jacksonville. They are in field goal range, though. At worst, they should be able to get on the board here. On the 3rd and 3, Drake May back to pass, ran out of time. He gets sacked. There's a flag. It's offensive holding. It's going to be declined. So 4th and 6, the Colts able to hold the Patriots to a field goal attempt here. And the 25-yarder from Joey Sly with just 20 seconds left to go in the first half is up, and he shanked it. He shanked the field goal wide left. 20-yard field goal shanked. 25-yard field goal, shanked to the left by Joey Sly. Wow. Incredible how in the beginning of the season, kickers were hitting from 50, 55, 58 like it was nothing. And now it seems like once or twice, if not more, every week, a kicker misses a gimme chip shot field goal from within 30 yards. Joey Sly just shanked it to the left. Patriots get all the way inside the 5 and come up empty-handed. It's 16-14, and it looks like the Colts are just going to kneel it out and get to halftime. So that is where we will take a break here. We apologize for the technical difficulties right now with the phone lines, not being able to check in with our correspondents, with our stringers. But yours truly, Pat Boyle, doing the best he can here to give you all the updates on the early window here in Week 13 in the National Football League. So a quick scoreboard, full scoreboard here. We've already had halftime in a few games. Chargers lead the Falcons 9-7 at the half in Atlanta. Steelers just kicked the field goal. They lead the Bengals 24-21. 3.5 left to go in the second quarter in Cincinnati. Cardinals lead the Vikings 9-6 at the half in Minnesota. Patriots lead the Colts 16-14 at the half in New England. Jets lead the Seahawks 21-16. They're at the 2-minute warning at MetLife Stadium. Jets have the ball right near midfield. Commanders lead the Titans 28-0, just over a minute left to go in the second quarter, and it's a 4th and 9 now for the Jaguars. It looks like a field goal should get them on the board. They trail the Texans 6-0, less than a minute to go in the second quarter. This is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle on the Infinity Sports Network. We'll be right back.
We'll be back with more Gridiron Game Day right after this.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Guys, it's finally here. Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. It's cold, salted, yet perfectly sweet, delicious, and it's at the top of Santa's Christmas list. What? Santa has a list too, you know. And he's a huge salted caramel frosty fan. Probably why he's so jolly all the time. The iconic frosty with a salted caramel twist? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Salted caramel frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brooks Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to brooksnightguard.com and enter the code BRUX91. That's BRUX91.
Stop your grinding with Brooks Night Guard.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Hey, it's Amy Lawrence, and I'm always up late. After hours on the Infinity Sports Network, you can join me weeknights starting at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. We do apologize right now for the technical difficulties going on where they're trying to get our phone lines back up and working, so we're not able to get our live check-ins with most of our correspondents with our stringers. But we do have Chris Russell available out in Landover, Maryland. We just had a touchdown in the Titans-Commanders game. And, Chris, who scored it? What happened there? We've got every game right now in the opening window in Week 13 in the National Football League is a one-score game, except for your game, my friend.
Yes, aren't I the lucky one? 28-7 now. The Tennessee Titans have finally cashed something in. Nick Westbrook-Akine, who we actually mentioned in our little pregame hit just after noon Eastern, had a touchdown in the Tennessee win in Houston last week. He strikes up the band again with a 27-yard touchdown on 3rd and 6. A beautiful throw from Will Levis. We know he's capable of making it. It's just when and how consistent it is, beating rookie Mike Sanderstill in coverage for the Washington Commanders. So the Titans finally stopped making as many mistakes as they have, and they have made a ton of them. More on that in a second, and get pay dirt and score right before halftime. So it is 28-7 with 23 seconds left. The Titans Titans, as we kind of mentioned on the last update that we had for you, but we didn't get into detail, have had 11 penalties for 85 yards worth of penalties in just the first half. 11 for 85 plus 2 turnovers. Other than that, they're playing great, Pat. I was just kind of teasing about that. But at least they did get the touchdown here before half. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, second straight week in a row.
Yeah, well,
hey,
Chris, when you know it, I took Nick Westbrook-Ikhine plus 250 to score a touchdown. So how about that?
Boy, how about that? Nice prop bet by you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congratulations, pal.
But yeah, in terms of the way that Jaden Daniels has looked in the pocket today, the way he's run it, you know, the couple of times that he's run it, especially the touchdown run that he had, and his decisiveness so far. I know the Titans defense, not nearly what they were to start the year when they were the number 1 defense in terms of yards allowed, passing yards allowed, and without their corner, L'Jarius Sneed, that secondary is not nearly as scary. But it looks like Jaden Daniels is, who's been a little bit erratic the last few games. Looks like he's been nearly perfect today.
And he looked better last week against Dallas, especially late. Not really throughout the game as a passer. That was a little choppy, but he looked really good as a runner last week from start to finish. Today he looks great as a runner and a passer. 12 of 13, 96 passing yards. So that's, total you'd like maybe a little bit higher, but a 137 quarterback rating, 2 touchdowns, no picks, no mistakes. He hasn't missed a lot of stuff. Jaden also has 6 carries for 30 yards and the rushing touchdown that you mentioned, which was not a called rushing play. It was kind of a fake, almost like it looked like they were trying to do a fake shovel inside the 5-yard line, if I remember correctly. Kind of an interesting formation, and then Jaden didn't see what he liked and kind of, rammed it up the middle, if you will, for the 3-yard touchdown run. So doing everything in that regard. But I will say this, a huge thing, and we talked about this, all this week here locally, and really for the last couple of weeks, is having Brian Robinson back and pretty healthy. He had the 40-yard touchdown run on the first series of the game, 11 carries, 85 yards, and having him getting good production on first down, staying ahead of the chains, getting, not putting yourself 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 against this aggressive defense. Instead, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s, stuff like that is so important for any offense, but it really has been what's missing from Cliff Kingsbury's Washington offense over the last 3 weeks. So those are obviously positive signs. Now, you got to hope you don't fall asleep in the second half. They already missed a field goal from Zane Gonzalez that would have made it a 31-0 game. So now we sit 28-7 as we try and kill out the first half of play here in Landover.
All right, Chris, appreciate you, man, and thanks for the extended breakdown. Excuse me, just rolled over my phone charger. Wanted to make sure I didn't break that. As we're about to hit halftime there in Washington, 28-7. Thank you for the extended breakdown there, Chris Russell. So Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, a touchdown, the lone bright spot of an otherwise miserable first half of the Titans, 28-7. That game's at the half. The Jaguars indeed settled for a field goal if they got inside the 10. Cam Little, 33-yard field goal is good. So it's at the half, 6-3. The Texans lead the Jags, although the story of that game is the brutal cheap shot delivered by Azeez Al-Shaair to Trevor Lawrence, who was sliding, giving himself up, and Azeez Al-Shaair just crushed him right into the head, knocked Lawrence's head back off the grass. Immediate look was very uncomfortable to watch. Looked like a concussion in every sense of the word. The Jaguars have already ruled him out. You had the fencing response, which did not look good, and they had a massive fight breakout in the Texans-Jaguars game. So it's Mac Jones in at quarterback for Jacksonville. It's 6-3 at the half. The Texans lead. It is now officially at the half. Commanders lead the Titans 28-7. It's at the half in MetLife Stadium. The Jets lead the Seahawks 21-16. We told you the Jets were near midfield, but then that drive stalled. They had to punt it from midfield. Seattle then went 3 and out. The Jets had basically a play, and Aaron Rodgers looked deep to Devontae Adams. They were not able to hook up, and then they just kneeled it out. So it's 21-16 at the half. Jets lead the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers has 90 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick six, though, to Leo Williams, former New York Giant. Leonard Williams, 92-yard pick six in that game. Geno Smith, 9 of 16, 87 yards, and a passing touchdown. Neither team has run the ball particularly well. Breece Hall does have 38 yards, but Seahawks only have 37 yards rushing as a team. The Jets have 64. So it's at the half. Jets lead the Seahawks 21-16. We're getting ready to start the third quarter in Foxborough. Patriots lead the Colts 16-14. And we're about to be at the half now in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh had one last chance to get some points. It's the final play of the half. It's a 34-yard field goal attempt for Chris Boswell, and it's up, and it's good. That guy is almost automatic every time, no matter the distance, no matter the location. So another field goal from Chris Boswell, and that first half finally comes to a close in Cincinnati. 48 combined points. It's the most points in the first half between these two teams in the history of their rivalry. 27-21. Steelers lead the Bengals at the half. And then meanwhile, we've got two games already in the third quarter. The Falcons, they've got the ball down 9-7. They forced the Chargers to punt on their opening drive of the third quarter. And right now for the Falcons, it is a 2nd and 3 from the 33. There's exactly 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Chargers lead the Falcons 9-7. And Atlanta just picked up a first down. So now they've got a fresh set of downs right near the red zone. Meanwhile, third quarter, first drive of the second half for the Minnesota Vikings. They trail the Cardinals 9-6, and they are on the verge of the red zone. It's 3rd and 10, 25 yards out. Kirk Cousins looking over the middle to the end zone, nearly intercepted. Probably should have been intercepted by one of the members of this Cardinals secondary. Kind of just went right through his hands. It was a tough leaping grab to make for the interception, but that was a bad pass by Kirk Cousins, or it was a bad route run by the rookie Jalen Nailor. So it looks like the Vikings are going to have to settle for what looks like a 43-yard field goal, and if they can hit that, it'll tie the game up at 9. So there you go. That's what's going on right now on Week 13 in the National Football League. 7 games for you. All of them but one are one-score games. We've got 2 games in the third quarter. We should have almost all 7 in the third quarter. When we come back, this is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle here on the Infinity Sports Network. Let's get you an update now with Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network Sports Flash.
Well, Pat, this report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance. Trevor Lawrence will not return to the field for the Jaguars after taking a shot to the head against the Texans. Lawrence had slid, but that hit right to the head, leading to a brawl. Lawrence is in concussion protocol. Mac Jones back at quarterback for Jacksonville, and they're trailing the Texans 6-3 at the half. The Commanders returning to form against the Titans. Washington jumped out to a 28-0 lead. A pair of touchdown catches for Terry McLaurin. So much for the Cliff criticism that Cliff Kingsbury has taken for his offenses dropping off at midseason. Kingsbury reportedly a candidate to become the next head coach of the Bears. He was an analyst with USC last year, working with quarterback Caleb Williams. It's now 28-7. Commanders on top of the Titans. The Seahawks-Jets game, it's drunk. The Jets have a kickoff return touchdown. The Seahawks have fumbled away 2 kickoffs. Seattle has a 92-yard pick 6 from former Jets defensive lineman Leonard Williams. Both teams have had extra points blocked. It all adds up to Jets 21, Seahawks 16 at the break. Russell Wilson with a pair of touchdown passes to make up for an early pick 6. Steelers leading the Bengals 27-21 at the break. Chargers 9, Falcons 7. The Cardinals with a 9-6 edge on the Vikings. The Vikings missing a field goal at the end of the half. The Patriots up on the Colts 16-14. In the later window, the Eagles will look to run their winning streak to 8. They enter as a dog, though, visiting the 8-4 Ravens in Baltimore. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers taking on the Panthers. The 5-6 Rams are in New Orleans. Tonight, the Bills taking on the 49ers. They're clearing the snow out of Highmark Stadium. Bills can clinch a 5th straight AFC East title with a win. The Lions reportedly signed safety Jamal Adams to their practice squad. College football, big drops for Ohio State, Miami, and Clemson in the latest AP poll. Ohio State falls to 7, Miami 14, Clemson 18. The top 5 now features Oregon, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, and 2-loss Georgia. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, it's Amy Lawrence. Stay up late with me after hours on the Infinity Sports Network. We ramp it up at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
When your little one has a cold with a fever, try new DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. It's the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever offers fast, effective cold and fever relief for kids ages 6 and up with a delicious grape flavor that kids love. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever will help them feel better fast so they can get back to the fun stuff quickly. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Black Friday doorbusters mean big savings at Lowe's. It's your chance to score a Blackstone 22-inch 2-burner gas griddle for just $149. That's a savings of $80. And save $800 on a Whirlpool side-by-side stainless steel refrigerator. Was $16.99, now just $8.99. Set your alarm. These deals won't last long, so don't wait to start saving before they're gone. Because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/29 through 12/2. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
New York football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws an awesome block so his teammate can score instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Everyone knows the most exciting part of football is the score. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Place a first touchdown scorer wager today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Pet
Hey, this is Zach Gelb. I'm hanging with you weekday afternoon starting at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. This portion of the show is brought to you by Ethos Life, the easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam and just a few health questions. Get your free quote at checkethos.com. Not available in all states. 7 games here in the opening window in Week 13 in the National Football League. We are in the third quarter in 5 of those 7 games. The 2 that are at the half, the Commanders lead the Titans 28-7. And the Steelers lead the Bengals 27-21. That's a halftime score. So of those 5 games in the third quarter, nobody in the red zone as of right now. And 6 of the 7 games that we've got going on are one-score games. And the only one that isn't is, of course, that Commanders 28-7 blowout lead over the Titans. We'll go to Washington, get a halftime update in just a few moments from Chris Russell. But let's go to Minnesota right now. Back and forth, cagey defensive affair between the Cardinals and the Vikings, and the Cardinals right near the red zone right now. Let's go live to Eric Nelson at US Bank Stadium. Eric, what's going on? And Eric, can you hear us? We've been having technical difficulties with our phone lines here since about the last hour, so we thought that we had them back up and running. We did get Eric Nelson. We were able to get him on hold, but it looks like we might have lost him. So we're still enduring some technical difficulties with the phone lines, being able to get into contact with our stringers, our reporters, our correspondents. So no worries, no worries. We will continue to work that out. And meanwhile, it's a 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals. They hand it off. I don't know if that was supposed to be 4-down territory or if they were trying to catch the Vikings by surprise, but that's the #1 rush defense in the NFL, and that's for good reason. So that play gets shut down. No gain on the play for the Cardinals. By the way, I do have to make a correction. Last segment, I kept calling Sam Darnold Kirk Cousins. My brain was flashing back to about 6 years ago. Probably even less than that. Only about 3 years ago, my brain was flashing back to Kirk Cousins quarterbacking the Vikings. So my apologies there. I called Sam Darnold Kirk Cousins a few times. But either way, Sam Darnold and the Vikings trailing 9-6. And on a 4th and 6, the Cardinals bring on Chad Ryland. And he's got his 4th field goal of the day. He's 4 of 5. Pads on another 3. And the Cardinals looking to pull the upset as a 3.5-point underdog. They've got a 12-6 lead. Again, Chad Ryland's got 4 field goals, 1 from 32 yards, 1 from 31, 1 from 24, and 1 from 40. So it's 12-6 Cardinals, still nobody else in the red zone right now. The Jets on their opening drive of the third quarter, able to get to right around midfield or plus territory, but again, after that, stalling. They had a negative run on the play and then a negative passing play. So on 3rd and 13, Aaron Rodgers was looking again to Devontae Adams, and those two guys just have not been on the same page today. Incomplete pass. Jets will punt it away. 4th and 13, and the Seahawks, unless they try to kick a 60-yard field goal, which I highly doubt is coming from the Jets. So let's just confirm that that is indeed the case. And yes, they do punt it away, and it's a touchback. So the Seahawks will take over down 21-16 in that one. We're already midway through the third quarter in the Colts-Patriots game. Colts opening drive of the second half, a lengthy one. 13 plays, 68 yards. It took 7 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock, but they get inside the 10, and they stall there. Anthony Richardson was trying to find A.D. Mitchell, the rookie from Texas, on a 3rd and 6. Good defense from the Patriots, forces a Colts field goal, which Matt Gay hits from 25 yards out. So the Colts lead the Patriots 17-16. Right now, New England's got it 2nd and 9 at their own 27. The Jaguars and Texans, it's been a feisty one, and one in which there was a brutal cheap shot from Azeez Al-Shire, Texans linebacker, knocked Trevor Lawrence out of the game. Lawrence was going into a slide. He got smashed right in the head. It was basically, Azeez Al-Shire launched himself right at Trevor Lawrence's head, smashed off the grass. You had the uncomfortable look of the fencing response. basically guaranteed concussion. Trevor Lawrence already ruled out of the game. He was carted off the field. Azeez Al-Shaair was ejected. They've just started the third quarter in that one. Texans offense struggling still. They went 3 and out on their opening drive. So Jacksonville, the Jaguars with Mac Jones quarterbacking, trailing 6-3. They've got the football at their own 31 for their first drive of the third quarter. The Falcons, by the way, the only other game we haven't gotten an update now here on in the last 4 minutes or so. The Falcons forced the Chargers to go 3 and out basically on their first drive of the third quarter. Atlanta got down near the red zone, but they stalled. So Younghoe Koo, who's already missed a 35-yard field goal, able to hit the 41-yarder this time, puts the Falcons on top 10-9, and then they just forced another 3 and out. The Chargers punting the ball away yet again. So the Falcons defense, much maligned, stepping up in a big way here. They lead it 10-9, and they've got it 2nd and 5 at their own 46. They're about to start the third quarter in Landover. They actually just did. So let's go to Chris Russell if he's free for about 60 seconds here, Chris. Commanders, big blowout lead over the Titans, and they've got the ball to start the third quarter.
Yep, they do. Just second half underway here. The Commanders with possession of the football, just a penalty on a blindside block that is going to back them up even more. But up 28-7 with 14-15 left to go in the third quarter. As we told you, the last update, Nick Westbrook-Akine getting in for the Titans. Excuse me, for the Titans.
That's all right, Chris. Hang on there.
Sorry, you got me at a bad spot. I was just trying to get a little refreshment here at halftime. And
all good. My apologies,
not
man.
Sitting well. My apology. You're making everybody laugh. I'm making everybody laugh in the press box. But anyway, 28-7, Washington over the Titans. And obviously you have to hope that the Washington offense doesn't completely go to sleep here from a Commander's perspective, and the Tennessee Titans with a little bit of life here. Again, 28-7, 13:46 left to go in the third quarter.
All right, Chris, thank you. No team in the red zone until now. All 7 games are now in the third quarter, and Mac Jones just hit Brian Thomas Jr. for 56 yards down to the 13-yard line. Texans lead the Jaguars 6-3, but Jacksonville's got it 1st and 10 from the 13. We'll come back. We'll get you the rest of the scores. We go right back into the action. Week 13 in the NFL. This is Gridiron Game Day.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and 1 blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards RealFit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Guys, it's finally here. Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. It's cold, salted, yet perfectly sweet, delicious, and it's at the top of Santa's Christmas list. What? Santa has a list too, you know. And he's a huge salted caramel frosty fan. Probably why he's so jolly all the time. The iconic frosty with a salted caramel twist? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Salted caramel frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Americans, former CIA officer Jason Hansen here to invite you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. As a former CIA officer, I've used my expertise to protect myself, my country, and my family from threats for decades. Now I'm recommending all Americans take action to guard their personal and financial security from threats to the U.S. dollar. That's what Thursday's exclusive Financial Security Summit will focus on. You'll get top strategies for safeguarding your wealth no matter what challenges may come our way. During this summit, you'll discover how to create a bulletproof financial plan that can potentially withstand the death of the dollar and possibly even thrive in the face of an economic collapse. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free event. Again, 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
This is the Infinity Sports Network. 24/7 sports talk, opinions, great guests, and your phone calls. Listen to us on Sirius XM Channel 158, your smart speaker, the Odyssey app, or your local affiliate. Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Presented by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, coming up on the witching hour here in Week 13 in the National Football League. And this is your one-stop shop for the best football action each and every Sunday. 8 hours long, all 18 weeks of the regular season. You'll hear every touchdown, every big play, all the injury news and information you need both before and during the games. We'll have injury news and information coming up for the late window, the 3 late window games coming up here in about 20-30 minutes from now when the full inactives are released. So stay tuned for that. You're going to get sports betting expertise and advice from yours truly. And today we had John Jastrzemski from The Ringer and SNY joining the show. And yours truly gave you Ramondre Stevenson over 51.5 rushing yards. It looks like he's going to cash that, but want to make sure that he gets at least a handful of yards beyond that in case a negative run, and then, God forbid, he didn't touch the ball again for the rest of the game. But that's looking good. Fantasy football advice and expertise as well. Live listen-ins, reports, and correspondence from our stringers from every stadium where football is being played. Now, normally that is the case. We've had some technical difficulties with our phone lines over the last hour or so. So trying to do the best that I can to give you guys all the action banging from game to game and make sure you have the latest of what's going on. This is Gridiron Game Day on the Infinity Sports Network. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. The show is sponsored by BetMGM. Whether you're listening on over 200 of our local affiliates, Sirius XM Channel 158, or anywhere, anytime on the free Odyssey app, we're happy to have you here with us. Just had a pick 6 in the Chargers-Falcons game. Kirk Cousins thought that he could make a pass out to the flat. That was not the case. Tarheeb Still, with his second interception of the day of Kirk Cousins, runs it all the way back to the house, 61 yards for a pick 6. And then the Chargers go for the 2-point conversion, and they get it. Justin Herbert passes to Joshua Palmer for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, after a Kirk Cousins pick six, the Chargers go in front 17-10. There's about a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Atlanta's first play of their next drive, incomplete pass. Kirk Cousins looking at Drake London. So a pick six from Tarheeb still has the Chargers up on top right now. In the Bengals-Steelers game, Pittsburgh first drive of the second half. No surprise, they got it in the field goal range, but Cincinnati's defense, well, their special teams this time, finally comes up with a stand, finally shows a pulse, finally shows some life. The Bengals block the 42-yard field goal attempt from Chris Boswell. Blocked it, never got through the line of scrimmage. So just like that, it stays a one-score game. The Bengals blocking the Steelers' field goal. It's still 27-21 Pittsburgh with with about 11 and a half minutes left to go in the third quarter. Cardinals lead the Vikings 12-6. Arizona's got the ball. 3rd and 9 right now with about 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. Minnesota's offense has struggled big time today. Sam Darnold has not been sharp. The Vikings kicker, John Parker Romo, nailed his first 10 field goals of the season. He missed on just a couple of drives ago. And then after a Chad Ryland's fourth field goal of the game, the Vikings went 3 and out and had to punt it back. So Arizona trying to put some extra pressure on here. It is a 3rd and long, but they are right near midfield. They lead the Vikings 12-6. The Patriots were in the red zone against the Colts. Indianapolis leading 17-16. Minute left to go in the third quarter, and it appears as if Drake May just threw an interception right at the goal line. It was 2nd and 3, inside the 10, and Drake May was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it looks like it got intercepted by Julian Blackmon of the Indianapolis Colts. And just like that, the Patriots could have taken the lead with any points, a field goal, touchdown, no matter what, and instead they get nothing. Drake May picked off by Julian Blackmon, who runs it back to the 17-yard line. So the Colts stay in front, 17-16, less than a minute left to go in the third quarter. We'll head out to Landover, at our nation's capital, right near our nation's capital, get an update from Chris Russell in just a few moments. Commanders still lead the Titans 28-7. And then the Texans and the Jaguars all tied up at 6 apiece. C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense has struggled big time, although C.J. Stroud just hit Nico Collins at this very moment for a gain of 22 yards. They're in a positive territory, but they have struggled otherwise, and Jacksonville has kicked 2 field goals on their last 2 drives to tie the game up at 6-6. Trevor Lawrence out of the game, carted off with what looks like a concussion in every sense of the word after a brutal cheap shot from Azeez Al-Shire on a play where he was looking to slide. Al-Shire was ejected. Trevor Lawrence carted off. So it's been Mac Jones in for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Looks like we might have our phone lines back up and running. Let's try it here. Let's go to MetLife Stadium. Didn't tell you about the Seahawks and the Jets because it's 4th and goal from the 1 for Seattle. Let's get a live update right now from MetLife Stadium with Mike Mancuso. Mike, do we got you?
Hey, Pat, I hope that you do have me right now.
We do.
What a disastrous play for Seattle. They had the ball on the 4-yard line. They got a pass interference in the end zone, and they were unable to do anything. Credit to the Jets' defense. I criticized them before the game for not coming up big. Well, they came up big. Jets are still winning this game, 21-16. We have 5.5 remaining in the third quarter. Seattle on a 4th and less than the ball was on the goal line, really, because of the pass interference penalty and half the distance lining up offsides. And the Jets defense held Geno Smith out of a shotgun on 4th down, was sacked by Quinnen Williams, and right now the Jets take over on the 16-yard line. So very inept offense, goal line offense by Seattle on that last drive, giving the Jets an opportunity to keep them off the scoreboard. So it's just been a crazy game, Pat. I know it's been a crazy day with the phones. Very quickly to recap, Seattle has fumbled 3 kickoffs. We had a 99-yard Jets kick return for a touchdown by Kunye Nwagu. We had a 92-yard pick six return by Seattle's defensive lineman Leonard Williams, formerly of the Giants. Aaron Rodgers has 2 touchdown passes. Geno Smith has 1. 2 rookies have made their touchdown catches today for their respective teams. A.J. Barner of Seattle, Isaiah Davis for the Jets. Jason Myers has a 52-yard field goal. So a lot of everything in this one. 5:28 remaining, third quarter. Jets holding on to a 21-16 lead.
All right, thank you, Mike. Let's shoot over to Minnesota. We just had a touchdown in the Cardinals-Vikings game. Let's find out the details from Eric Nelson at U.S. Bank Stadium. What's going on, Eric?
Yeah, it's that first touchdown of the day by either team, and it's Arizona that gets the 6 and then the extra point. Kyler Murray with a back pylon throw to Marvin Harrison Jr. from 15 yards out. Extra point good, caps off a 5-play, 73-yard drive. It took 2 minutes and 22 seconds. It's 18-6 Cardinals here in the third period. Important to note that Stephon Gilmore, Minnesota's starting cornerback, has left the game with an injury, and Fabian Morrow, the backup, the 8-year vet out of UCLA, is the guy they went after on the touchdown. And before that play, he was flagged for a pass interference call that set the Arizona Cardinals up for business deep in Minnesota territory. Arizona also has 3 field goals from Chad Ryland. The only scores for Minnesota, a couple of field goals for Parker Romo. And, boy, this Cardinals defense has been lights out. The Vikings have run for just 38, and Sam Darnold has thrown for just 79 yards in the game. So Arizona doing it with defense, and finally they get a timely touchdown. Cardinals lead Minnesota 18-6, 4:37 to go in the third here in Minneapolis.
All right, thank you, Eric. It is now 19-6 with the extra point that time from Chad Ryland. So, yeah, you just heard Eric say it. Marvin Harrison Jr., first touchdown of the game. We had to wait till final 5 minutes of the third quarter. But we do get it, and it's a 2-score lead right now for the Cardinals. 3.5-point dogs. They're up by 13. Vikings in trouble. Let's see if Sam Darnold can conjure up a comeback. Meanwhile, the Falcons, they got into the red zone after a massive gain in the beginning of the drive from Ray McLeod. A 60-yard catch got all the way down to the 10-yard line, and just like they have done for most of the day, the Falcons stalled again, and Younghoe Koo had to kick a 26-yard field goal to cut into that deficit. Pick 6 from Tarheeb Still had the Chargers up 17-10. Falcons get inside the 10-yard line but have to kick a field goal. So it's 17-13. Chargers lead the Falcons. They are about to come to an end of the third quarter. Bengals, they're in the red zone now. A couple of big plays on this drive. That's been big play left and right in this game. 48 points at the half. Stunningly, we haven't had a point yet in the third quarter as 6 minutes have gone by. I don't know what has happened. After 48 points in the first half, we couldn't get a point in the first 6 minutes. I joke, but the Bengals, they blocked a field goal. That's partially the reason why. The Steelers drove down the field, and then the Bengals special teams blocked a field goal. And now Cincinnati's drive has gone 9 plays, 53 yards. Right now they're in the red zone. It's 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Burrow is hooked up with Mike Gesicki for a 20-yard catch on this drive. He's hooked up with T. Higgins for a 31-yard catch on this drive. And just now on 2nd and 10, it looks like it's Gesicki again. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be about a 3rd and, about a 3rd and 6. It was only a gain of 4 there. 3rd and 6 from the Bengals, down by 6. Under 5 minutes left to go now in the third quarter. And Cincinnati, touchdown would give them the lead if they kick the extra point. But a field goal makes it a 3-point game. Although, do you trust that defense? That is what Zach Taylor's got to be thinking right now if he is on the sideline. Let's go to Washington. We told you Commanders led the Titans big. We just had a score. Let's go to Chris Russell here and get a live update on this game. What's up, Chris?
I'll try and do better this time, Pat. Sorry about that. Nick Folk with a 41-yard field goal, capping off a 9-play, 40-yard, 4-minute and 6-second drive for the Titans. So they're not able to get that second touchdown, but drawing a little bit closer here at 28-10, 7:07 left to go in the third quarter. Washington with the ball. And to no surprise, Tennessee just committed a drive extending third down penalty that continues the possession for the Washington Commanders. They would have instead forced a punt, and that is, by my count, the third down defensive penalty against the Titans that have extended drives so far in this game. And overall, they have 12 penalties, Pat, for 93 yards. That's almost as many yards and penalties as they have in passing. So certainly has not been a great day from a fundamental philosophy for the Tennessee Titans. But as we speak, it just looks like they created a takeaway on an interception. If it holds up, Jaden Daniels was scrambling to his right, threw it a little bit high through the hands of a receiver. It was that Zach Ertz. I believe that was Zach Ertz. And it popped right up in the air and intercepted by the Tennessee Titans. It was indeed Zach Ertz, intercepted by Amari Hooker. So the Titans are going to take over possession here with 6.5 left to go. Again, only down by 18 after just a brutal quarter and a half, but only down 28-10 and with possession coming up here in Landover.
All right, appreciate that there, Chris. We'll check back in with you soon. So it was 28-0. Now a little bit of a game there. We'll see if the Titans, if they could score, it would make things pretty interesting. We had a touchdown in the Texans-Jaguars game. We'll try to get out to Duval in a matter of moments if we can. Touchdown in the Texans-Jaguars game, and we will get out to Duval in just a matter of moments. Meanwhile, let's go to Foxborough, because they're in the fourth quarter. That game's moving quicker than any other game, so it's a 1-point game. Let's check in live right now at Gillette Stadium. Colts, Patriots, all the details you need to know. We go to Alan Siegel. Alan, what's up?
All right, Pat. The only scoring in the third quarter was actually a field goal by Indianapolis. Matt Gay had a 25-yard field goal as they started the half with a 13-play, 68-yard drive that ended with that third quarter, with that score to make it 17-16. The Patriots had themselves a good drive, though, after that, and they got all the way down to the Indianapolis 7-yard line where Drake May tried to hit Hunter Henry right at the goal line. He had the ball in his hands, but bobbled it. But instead of the ball falling to the ground, it was picked off in midair by Julian Blackman, and the Colts were able to get it out to the 16-yard line on that interception. They have just punted, and the Patriots have the ball back at their 44-yard line after a punt return by Marcus Jones. So we are at 14-14 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Colts lead at 17-16. Pat, and by the way, one note, Ramondre Stevenson, 12 carries, 61 yards. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Alan. So on that point, he's 10 yards over. If we can here, we told you Ramondre Stevenson over 51.5 rushing yards, and he is at 61 yards. So you can go ahead and cash that BetMGM prop pick of the day. We'll have Billy Jackalone ring the official bell in just a couple of moments so that those of you that have tailed along with us can delight in the excitement. Let's go back to Minnesota. Just moments ago, we had Eric Nelson telling us that Marvin Harrison Jr. caught a touchdown pass to put the Cardinals up by 2 scores. We go back to Eric Nelson, U.S. Bank Stadium. What's the latest, Eric?
Yeah, hey, Pat, so much for that Cardinal cushion. With 1:17 to go in the third, the lead has been sliced to 19-13. Arizona on top. Minnesota quarterback Sam Darnold just hit a wide-open Johnny Munt for a 4-yard touchdown pass. That was the punctuation mark on a 6-play, 70-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So the Vikings come right back, and they get their first touchdown of the day. Darnold now has thrown for 131 yards and a score, no picks. Kyler Murray, 206, 1 touchdown for Arizona. That was to Marvin Harrison Jr. Top rusher in this game is 38 yards, and that's it for James Conner of Arizona. The Vikings have not run the ball very well. Meanwhile, Trey McBride has 8 catches for 56 for Arizona. And Justin Jefferson, who had a couple of catches on that touchdown drive, now 4 receptions, 51 yards for Minnesota. Let's not forget the kickers in this game. Chad Ryland has 3 field goals. He's missed 1. And Parker Romo has 2, and he's also missed 1. So Arizona begins this drive. 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 30. There's 1:17 to go in the third. Arizona 19, Minnesota 13 in Minneapolis.
All right, back to a 1-score game we go. Thank you, Eric Nelson. Meanwhile, after the Falcons kicked the field goal, the Chargers looked like they were going to punt, and they go fake punt, and their punter tries to throw it to Stone Smart, and the Falcons are all over it, and they tackle Stone Smart a yard shy of the first down. It is a costly turnover. Jim Harbaugh trying to roll the dice with a fake punt from their own 36, and the Falcons snuff it out, and they start their possession now in positive territory. And now just a couple of plays later on a 3rd and 4, Kirk Cousins hits Drake London for 11 yards. First down, Falcons knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. They snuff the fake punt, and now they've got a chance. A touchdown gives them the lead, trailing the Chargers 17-13, just over 12 minutes left to go in the game in that one. All right, Right now, the Titans, after that interception of Jaden Daniels, they're in the red zone. Will Levis just hit Tony Pollard for a gain of 30. So they're in the red zone, but we told you there was a touchdown in the Texans-Jaguars game. Let's get an update there from Brian Scheibel. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, a lot of activity here in this one. Off the field primarily, heard from earlier in the game when Trevor Lawrence was knocked out. Of course, he has been ruled out of this one. The Jags were able to tie it up at 6, but the Texans immediately went down the field 5 plays, 70 yards. With a touchdown run by Joe Mixon of 7 yards. The previous play, he set it up with a 30-yard run. So Mixon having a good game here, 59 yards on the ground. Nico Collins, 97 in the air. And so far, Stroud, 14 of 22 for 154, and actually just connected on a first down pass to Joe Mixon. So Texans driving once again. They lead 13-6. They got first and 10 on the Jags' 25-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
All right, Brian, appreciate you. Yeah, so Texans now starting to cook a little bit here. Joe Mixon with the touchdown run on a drive where they move the ball finally for the first time with ease. Big plays in that drive. We told you about the Nico Collins 22-yard catch. Dalton Schultz had a catch for 11 yards, Mixon a 30-yard run, and then he finished it off with a 7-yard touchdown run. We told you that the Bengals were in the red zone. That drive stalled. They had to kick a field goal from Evan McPherson. That made it 27-24. McPherson hitting from 38 yards out. But again, the Bengals defense cannot stop a nosebleed. The Steelers just hooked up. Russell Wilson handing it off to Najee Harris for a little jet sweep that picks up 20 yards. First down for the Steelers at their own 48. Russell Wilson slides maybe for a gain of 1. And then just now on second down, he hits Ben Skoranek, the Notre Dame former receiver who's bounced around a couple of teams in the NFL. He was with the Rams mostly. Now he's on the Steelers. Russell Wilson just hit Ben Skoranek for 23 yards. Another first down for the Steelers. They're on the verge of the red zone in a game in which Calvin Austin, who has scored a touchdown, just got an injury update. He's got a head injury. He's been ruled out. So no more Calvin Austin for the Steelers. I think that's probably why Ben Skoranek has been catching, caught a pass, saw a target. Normally doesn't see much action for the Steelers, but now he is being relied on as one of their primary receivers. 2nd and 5 for the Steelers. Russell Wilson making things happen off script, and he finds his tight end, Pat Freiermuth, and it's a touchdown for the Steelers. Pat Freiermuth on a play where Russell Wilson evaded some pressure, catches it, and again, it's another gaping hole in the Bengals defense, and the Steelers go up by 9 with a chance to make it 10 with the extra point. Just horrible zone defense. Pat Freiermuth was wide open for the touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. And the Steelers a chance with the extra point again to go up by 10. A 25-yard touchdown catch for the Steelers tight end, Pat Freiermuth. And once again, Joe Burrow and the Bengals being let down by their porous defense. They're going to have to come back from double digits here with just a few seconds left to go in the third quarter. And that is where we will take a break. But we've got 3 teams in the red zone right now. The Falcons, after they stopped that fake punt, they've got a 3rd and goal, but they're backed up at their own 13. The Steelers just scored a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, 25-yard touchdown catch. Steelers lead the Bengals 34-24. Cardinals lead the Vikings 19-13. Patriots are in the red zone, a 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line. They're in the red zone, trailing the Colts 17-16. Jets lead the Seahawks 21-16. Seattle's got the ball 3rd and 4 in Jets territory. Late third quarter. We've got a score, another one in the Commanders-Titans game. We'll get you back out to Landover, Maryland on the other side of the break. And then the Texans on the verge of the red zone. They lead the Jaguars 13-6, trying to pad that lead. We'll get you caught up on those red zone possessions when we come back as we're starting to head down the tracks. 7 games in the opening window in Week 13 in the National Football League. All but 2 of them are one-score games. This is Pat Boyle here on the Infinity Sports Network.
We'll be back with more Gridiron Game Day right after this.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards, Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Are you retired or retiring soon? Do you know how much money you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. These may feel like scary times. Several economists are saying that a recession is imminent. So what do you do? Ancient wisdom says plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have an actionable plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan is executed to take advantage of market gains, but protect you from market losses. We would like to give you a free, no-obligation consultation to help you do all three. We will help you discover your magic number and give you the roadmap to get there. Call now to schedule your free consultation. 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108. 800-508-6108. Don't wait. Call 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Attention all Patriots. This is Jason Hansen, former CIA officer and security expert. I have an urgent message for anyone who's concerned about their financial future. In a world filled with economic uncertainty and geopolitical turmoil, it's never been more important to have a rock-solid plan for protecting your wealth. That's why I'm inviting you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. During this exclusive summit, you'll get proven top strategies for safeguarding your hard-earned assets and securing your financial independence. We'll cover everything from diversifying your portfolio to creating a fail-safe emergency fund. Don't leave your future to chance. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances and secure your future. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free summit. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Hey, I'm JR, and the JR Sport Brief is on the Infinity Sports Network. Weekday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. Week 13, National Football League opening windows, 7 games. And we've got 1-score games in 4 of them, 2-score game in or better in all 7 games. So there is still plenty of time for wins to become losses, losses to become wins, chaos to happen. We've either had a touchdown or a turnover, though, in just about every game here in the last 5 minutes. So let's get you a full slate of updates here and live listen-ins. Let's start in New England. Patriots Colts, 1-score game, less than 8.5 to go. Let's get the latest, the details from Alan Siegel. What's going on, Alan?
All right, Pat, last time I talked to you, I mentioned that the Patriots had held the Colts and were going to take over in their own 44 after Marcus Jones, punt return. Well, they got a good drive going. In fact, got a great drive going. A couple of key plays on a 2nd and 10 of the 43, a pass from Drake May to Kendrick Bourne, an 18-yard reception down to the 25. Then on a 3rd and 4th of 19, Drake May to Austin Hooper for a first down and 10 of the 11th. Drake May threw a touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne, but it was wiped out because of an illegal motion play. So they were at 2nd and 10 of the 11. Drake May then hit Antonio. Check that. Drake May handed it off to Antonio Gibson. Gibson ran in from 11 yards out to make it 22-17. Add the math, 5 points. You go for 2. They did. It was Drake May to Kayshon Boutte. So we stand right now, the Patriots 24, the Colts 17, with 8:22 to go, Pat.
All right, thank you, Alan. And the Colts right now have the ball 2nd and 7 from their own 35. So we'll see if Anthony Richardson and company can drive down the field to score a touchdown to tie the game. Let's go to Cincinnati. Steelers and the Bengals. 4th quarter underway. Let's get the details. We had a touchdown we got to fill you in on. And then the Bengals trying to drive. Here we go. Jason Earhart at Paycor Stadium. What's up, Jason?
Yeah, just starting the 4th quarter here in Cincinnati. The Steelers lead by 10, 34-24. Since that pick 6 on the first possession of the game, the Steelers have scored 6 of their last 7 possessions. The only one they didn't score on was a Chris Boswell field goal that was blocked by Joseph Osai. And as we speak, a tipped pass intercepted by the Steelers. It looks like Dante Jackson just came down with that. It went off the hand of a Bengal receiver, and the Steelers have the ball. So the Steelers had just gotten a 25-yard touchdown reception from Pat Freiermuth, and they've moved up and down the field at will offensively on the Bengals today. Russell Wilson, 362 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, and he's getting the ball back. 34-24 Steelers, 13 minutes to go from Cincinnati.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, bad pass from Joe Burrow. He threw it behind T. Higgins. Oh, you know what? Yeah, the pass was tipped. It was tipped. That's why the pass went awry, tipped off then T. Higgins, and picked off by the Steelers. And you know what? I can hear the air coming out of the Bengals season officially as we speak. They're down by 10. The Steelers just turned them over with an interception off of a double tip pass. And the Bengals at 4-7, if they lose, they'll be 4-8. You can basically kiss their season goodbye. Steelers up by 10 with the ball early 4th quarter. Let's go to Minnesota. Cardinals-Vikings, 1-score game. This has been tight. It's been defensive. It's been back and forth. Let's get the latest with Eric Nelson. What's going on, Eric?
Yeah, hey, Pat, 11:08 to go. 4th quarter, Arizona clinging to a 19-16 lead. The Vikings cash in on the Cardinals' first turnover of the day. Kyler Murray with an errant throw on a scramble picked off by Byron Murphy Jr. That sets Minnesota up at their own 30, and the Vikings then go 9 plays and 55 yards and convert on a field goal by Parker Romo from 31 yards out. That took up 3 minutes, 39 seconds of clock time on the drive. Key completion from Sam Darnold to Jordan Addison, who today only has 2 catches, but the last one was for plus 17. Justin Jefferson, after being basically in hibernation in the first half, has reappeared here in the second half. 5 catches, 81 yards for Jefferson. So basically, the Cardinals, Murray has thrown for 209, 1 touchdown. That's to Marvin Harrison Jr., 1 interception. Darnold is throwing for 178 and 1 TD. That's to Johnny Munt. We've seen a lot of field goals in this game. As I mentioned, Parker Romo now for the Vikings has a total of 3 Chad Ryland also has 1, 2, 3, want to make sure I get it right, 4 field goals. He's 4 for 5. Romo is 3 for 4. So it is a defensive battle. It's up for grabs. Keep in mind the Vikings trying to keep pace with Detroit and Green Bay. They both won on Thanksgiving. The Vikings trail the Lions, and they're just ahead of the Packers in the NFC North. And at the start of the day, there was gridlock in the NFC West. Arizona and Seattle both 6 and 5. LA Rams and San Francisco 5 and 6. So a game with playoff repercussions. Cardinals have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30, leading by 3 in the fourth quarter here in Minnesota.
Great stuff, Eric. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. So we'll keep an eye and an ear on that game. That's going to be coming down to the wire. You can just bet. Meanwhile, we told you we'll see if Anthony Richardson and the Colts can drive down the field to score a touchdown and tie the game. Well, they did the exact opposite. Anthony Richardson picked off by Christian Gonzalez at midfield. Patriots take over with a touchdown lead, under 8 minutes to go, and a score could essentially ice the game. They can take off some valuable seconds either way. Let's go to Washington, near our nation's capital. Commanders-Titans, couple of scores to fill you in on, including one that just happened seconds ago. Chris Russell, the latest. Chris.
Yes, sir, Pat. The Commanders have taken a 35-13 lead here with 14:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. A 9-play, 72-yard drive spanning 4 minutes and 25 seconds and ending with a 4-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels to Zach Ertz. Ertz's 4th touchdown catch of the year. Jaden Daniels' 3rd touchdown pass of the day. He's 22 of 26, only a $180 through the air, but more than efficient enough. And even the interception was off of Ertz's hands and batted up into the air. So you could certainly make an argument that was not on Jaden Daniels. But the Commanders really needed a touchdown in that spot. As we had told you, Tennessee was drawing closer. They kicked a couple of field goals. Nick Folk, 44-41, to get back within possession. Folk has... he has 2 on the day for the 13 points for Tennessee, along with a Nick Westbrook-Akine touchdown near the end of the first half. Couple of injury notes for you. Noah Brown with a rib injury is questionable. Roger McCreary is questionable for the Tennessee Titans to return. Will Levis, 13 of 24, a $174 a touchdown. They may have been jobbed a little bit on a 3rd down pass interference call, which turned into a Nick Folk 44-yard field goal, but nevertheless, the Commanders have rebounded here and lead 35-13, again with 14:15 left to go in the fourth quarter.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. And again, Zach Ertz, 4-yard touchdown catch to put the Commanders back up by 20+. End of the third quarter in Jacksonville. It's 16-6 Texans. They did have to settle for a field goal on their previous drive. Jacksonville in positive territory. Mac Jones at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence again knocked out of the game with a brutal cheap shot from Azeez Al-Shaair that concussed him. They had the unfortunate fencing response look, just an uncomfortable watch. Trevor Lawrence carted off the field, ruled out of the game. Azeez Al-Shaair ejected from the game. But the Texans have, slowly but surely like a snake, started to drain the life out of the Jaguars here. Jacksonville, though, again, in positive territory to start the fourth quarter. We'll see what they can do. The Seahawks were driving down the field on their last drive. We'll get you the update on how they scored. Plus, let's go live actually right now to MetLife Stadium and find out what's going on. Jets, Seahawks, here we go. Mike Mancuso's got it from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Mike.
Okay, Pat, 12.5 remaining fourth quarter. The Jets lead 21-19 after an exciting anything went on in the first half. This has been a drag in the second half. Lots of penalties. There's been some injuries. The Jets recently fumbled. Breece Hall fumbled, and that led to a field goal for Seattle for Josh Myers from 43 yards out, and that got the score to 21-19. Right now, the Jets have the ball on their own 23, 2nd and 25, as they try to put a little of distance as Aaron Rodgers throws an incomplete pass between them and Seattle. Been a bit of a crazy second half after a wild first half. Geno Smith, 17-28, 181 yards. Aaron Rodgers is 14-29 for 121 yards. So right now we have 12:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Jets have the ball deep in their own territory, and they have a 2-point lead, 21-19.
All right, thank you, Mike. One more update here before we get to an update from Pete McCarthy. It is a game that has got to be one of the fastest moving games all season long. We're already at the 2-minute warning in Atlanta. And a game that has been crazy. We've seen pick six, a turnover on downs on a fake punt, another interception. Let's get the details. 2-minute warning, game on the line in Atlanta. We go live right now to Jeff Zell. Jeff, what's the latest?
Crazy game, 17-13 Chargers. We're under 2 minutes. We're waiting to see what the flag is. It's going to be holding on the defense. So Atlanta will have the ball around midfield with 1:52 to go, 1st and 10. Let me tell you, when last we left, it was 9-7 at the half. The Falcons had the ball over 11 minutes in the third quarter. Yeah, we're outscored 8-6 because of a 61-yard pick six by Tarheeb Still, an absolutely horrible throw by Kirk Cousins. Then, after the Chargers get the ball back after that with the 17 on their side and are looking to really run this game out, they fake a punt on their own 36-yard line. The Falcons sniff it out, stop it, get down to the 9-yard line, and then Kirk Cousins throws a pick in the end zone. So on the day, Kirk Cousins is 20 of 33 for 214 with 3 picks. Justin Herbert is 16 of 23 for 147 on the day. The Falcons have not been able to cover Ladd McConkey, who has 9 catches for 117 yards. Right now, Atlanta with the ball on the 40-yard line, 2nd and 6, 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. And actually, Drake London just caught a ball inside the 35-yard line. So this is going to come down to the last minute.
All right, Jeff, and we'll check back in with you in about 5 minutes here as soon as we take a break. But really quickly, let's squeeze in one more update here. Duval, we go. Texans, Jaguars. They've just started the fourth quarter. Brian Scheibel live from Jacksonville. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, well, the Jags thought they had a big play along past the Parker Washington down inside the 15-yard line. It was called incomplete. He thought he caught it. Jags used a challenge, but the play on the field stands. So the Jags just moments ago sailed a pass incomplete on third down. So they're looking at a 4th and 5 on the Texans' 37-yard line. They're going to go for the 54-yard field goal on the Texans' last possession. They were able to add a field goal from 28 yards out by Kami Fairbairn, his third of the day. And so just right now, that put the lead to 16-6. And the field goal, no good. So that's where we're at right now. 14 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, Texans holding on 16-6 lead.
All right, yeah, so thank you, Brian. Cam Little misses the 55-yard field goal, and that, not that that's going to do it, but still plenty of time, but that's wasted opportunity there for Jacksonville. Really quickly, 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the 33, and Kirk Cousins incomplete. Lucky to not get sacked. Just got the ball out of his hand. That actually could have been a fumble. That was ruled incomplete. But either way, that is where we'll take a break. Nobody in the red zone now, but 7 games, opening window, week 13 in the NFL. And of those 7 games, 4 of them are one-score games, and all but 1 are within 10 points. This is Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle on the Infinity Sports Network. We will get you some incredible finishes on the other side of this update from Pete McCarthy.
Infinity Sports Network, Sports Flash.
Well, Pat, keeping an eye on this Chargers-Falcons game. Under a minute to play. Kirk Cousins just sacked, fumbled, recovered by Atlanta. Under a minute, the Falcons down by 4. They're facing a 2nd and 21 at the Chargers' 44-yard line. The biggest play thus far, Trevor Lawrence scrambled, he slid, and then was popped on the chin late by Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair. Al-Shaair used an elbow pad to pop Lawrence right in the chin. Lawrence was left in that frightening fencing response on the field. Was alert, riding off the field in a cart while sitting up. Lawrence, though, quickly ruled out with a concussion. Al-Shaair and Jaguars quarterback Jerry Jones were ejected after a fracas broke out after the hit. Mac Jones in at quarterback for Jacksonville, and the Texans with a 16-6 lead early in the fourth quarter. All Commanders against the Titans. Jaden Daniels has 3 touchdown tosses. The Commanders with a 35-13 lead early in the fourth there as well. The Patriots with a 7-point lead on the Colts. 3:23 to go in the fourth quarter in New England. The Vikings and Cardinals. The Cardinals have moved into the Vikings' 5-yard line with a 19-16 lead 4:17 to play in the fourth quarter in Minnesota. Steelers a 10-point advantage on the Bengals. The Bengals have the football back at this point. Early in the fourth, still a lot of time. And the Seahawks, they have allowed a kick return touchdown. They've fumbled kickoff returns twice, and yet still have an opportunity to take the lead on the Jets. They're down 21-19 with 9.5 to play in the fourth at the Meadowlands. 3 games coming in the later window. The 8-4 Ravens trying to slow an Eagles team that has won 7 in a row. The Rams still in the mix in the tight NFC West. They are visiting the Saints. The 5-6 Buccaneers are in Charlotte facing the Panthers. Tonight, Orchard Park digging its way out of what's expected to be a foot or two of snow. Should be better conditions come game time. Bills hosting the 49ers. The Lions added 3-time Pro Bowl safety Jamal Adams to their practice squad. I'm Pete McCarthy.
Stay tuned for more Gridiron Game Day, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
This is Bill Ryder, and I'm Ryder than this. At least for 2 hours, starting weekday mornings, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, on the Infinity Sports Network.
When your little one has a cold with a fever, try new DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. It's the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever offers fast, effective cold and fever relief for kids ages 6 and up with a delicious grape flavor that kids love. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever will help them feel better fast so they can get back to the fun stuff quickly. New DayQuil Kids Cold and Cough Plus Fever. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Shop Black Friday deals now at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And get 2 free select tools with purchase of a select combo kit or battery kit from brands like Cobalt, Craftsman, and DeWalt. Hurry and shop these savings only for a limited time because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/28 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
New York football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws an awesome block so his teammate can score instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. Everyone knows the most exciting part of football is the score. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Place a first touchdown scorer wager today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Attention all Patriots. This is Jason Hansen, former CIA officer and security expert. I have an urgent message for anyone who's concerned about their financial future. In a world filled with economic uncertainty and geopolitical turmoil, it's never been more important to have a rock-solid plan for protecting your wealth. That's why I'm inviting you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. During this exclusive summit, you'll get proven top strategies for safeguarding your hard-earned assets and securing your financial independence. We'll cover everything from diversifying your portfolio to creating a fail-safe emergency fund. Don't leave your future to chance. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances and secure your future. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free summit. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Hey, it's Amy Lawrence, and I'm always up late. After hours on the Infinity Sports Network. You can join me weeknights starting at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day.
All right, welcome back. I'm your host, Pat Boyle. We got a couple of games that are coming down to the wire. We just had one game go final. The Chargers make a stand and beat the Falcons 17-13. Kirk Cousins just threw his fourth interception to seal the game. 4 picks for Kirk Cousins today, and the Chargers picking him off on the final drive that went 14 plays, 59 yards. They did get it close, but not close enough. It was 4th and 12 from the 35-yard line. Kirk Cousins had time, threw it through the middle, but Drake London not able to get there. Derwin James jumps in front, picks it off. And that is that. The Chargers go on the road and they win it 17-13. The Bolts are now 8-4. The Falcons are watching the NFC South slip away from them as they're choking it away. A third straight loss coming off the bye week. Couldn't get it done. Kirk Cousins, a disastrous performance. 4 interceptions, including a couple in the red zone. Just a brutal game for Kirk Cousins. The Chargers beat the Falcons 17-13. The Falcons are now 6-6. They were 6-3 just under a month ago. Meanwhile, we've got a game-deciding drive going on right now at Gillette Stadium. Let's go there right at this very moment. Patriots-Colts. We go live to Foxborough for Alan Siegel. What's up, Alan?
Well, after the Patriots went 3 and out, the Colts took it over on their own 20-yard line, and they've got a very pretty drive going. A couple of plays on it. On a 4th and 3 at the 40, Mo Allen Cox gets a 9-yard reception from Anthony Richardson, who really has not played well at all today. And then they just completely run it down. They've been running the ball well on the Patriots. They had a 3rd and 1 at the 34, and a Richardson to Pittman attempt was knocked away by Jelani Tavai, but the officials called defensive pass interference. And now with 28 seconds to go, Colts have the ball 1st and goal at the Patriots 8-yard line, trailing 24-17, Pat.
All right, thank you, Alan. So there you go. Timeout Colts. They just took their first. They've got 2 timeouts left. There's 28 seconds to go. 1st and goal from the 8. Patriots leading 24-17. We'll see if the Colts can hammer it in for a touchdown. Meanwhile, we've got another team inside the 10 trying to score a touchdown to go ahead. Let's go. Actually, never mind. MetLife Stadium. Seahawks trailing the Jets 21-19. It's 3rd and 1 right now for the Seahawks. Jets just committed a neutral zone infraction. It was 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd and 1. The Jets penalties killing them today. They looked like they had stopped the Seahawks on a 4th and 1 a couple of plays ago, but they got called for a horse collar tackle, and that allowed the drive to continue. 21-19 Jets. It's 3rd and 1 from the 8 for the Seahawks. Under 6 minutes to go. We'll go to MetLife Stadium in just a few moments. We got to get out to Cincinnati, though. The Bengals have it 1st and goal at the 1, but this game has gotten away from them quickly. Let's get the details right now from Jason Earhart. What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, it was that second defensive score of the game that kind of put this one out of reach. It was the Steelers getting a defensive touchdown. Nick Herbig causing a fumble of Joe Burrow. Peyton Wilson picked it up, took it back the final 17 yards. That made it 41-24. Three-score game. The Bengals trying to get this back to a two-score game right now. They have second and goal from the 1-yard line, and they have just thrown what looked to be a touchdown pass to T. Higgins, so that's going to make it 41-30 with the extra point pending. Still plenty of time, 8:39 to go in the ball game, but the Bengals defense has shown no ability to stop the Steeler offense really all day. Russell Wilson has picked them apart all day long. 41-30, 8:39 to go from Cincinnati.
All right, thank you very much, Jason. So, yeah, 40 burger. And, again, 7 coming from the defense. Peyton Wilson recovering a Nick Herbig strip sack of Joe Burrow, and Peyton Wilson running it in for a touchdown. But yes, T. Higgins does respond for the Bengals. If it stands, it's 41-30. Extra point will make it 41-31. 8:39 to go. Let's go live, MetLife Stadium. We told you it was a 3rd and 1. Let's find out what happened. Mike Mancuso's got boots on the ground with the Seahawks and the Jets. Mike?
Well, the Seattle now leads 25-21, and this has been a ridiculously insane game, Pat. Seattle now lining up to kick an extra point. The best offense for Seattle in this game has been penalties on the Jets. Unofficially, I have them called for so far a dozen penalties, most of them on 3rd down, and they have extended drives. Extra point is good. We've just had an 8-yard touchdown run by Jack Charbonnet for the go-ahead score. So right now, Seattle's on top, 26-21, with 5.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Mike. Yep, Zach Charbonnet plunging it in for the Seahawks, and the Jets have collapsed again in the fourth quarter. Now it's up to Aaron Rodgers and the offense to come back. In 30 seconds, if we could, Eric Nelson, 2-minute warning, game on the line. Vikings have the ball. What's the latest?
Yeah, Cardinals up 22-16, Pat. Chad Ryland, 5 field goals. Arizona just had a 16-play, 66-yard drive that ate up 7 minutes and 48 seconds of clock time. But the Vikings have moved the ball down the field quickly. And again, they do have a 1st and 10 at the Arizona 21, trailing by 6. Arizona, the franchise, trying to win their first game in Minnesota since 77. Don Coryell was the head coach. Bud Grant was the head coach for Minnesota.
All right, thank you, Eric. And again, in case you didn't hear Mr. Nelson, Sam Darnold just found Justin Jefferson for a gain of 12 on 4th down, so it kept the game alive. Vikings down 6. They need a touchdown to tie it. Extra point then would give them the win at the 2-minute warning in Minnesota. Again, full scoreboard here as we've got a couple games final. We've got games coming down to the wire as we speak. Bengals, they trail the Steelers. They just scored a touchdown. T. Higgins, 1-yard touchdown catch, but the Steelers lead the Bengals 41-31, 8:39 to go in the game. Cardinals lead the Vikings 22-16. Minnesota's got it right on the doorstep of the red zone at the 2-minute warning. Patriots lead the Colts 24-17. We told you it was 1st and goal a few minutes ago. It's 4th and goal at the 3 for the Colts with 17 seconds left. Seahawks lead the Jets 26-21 after a touchdown. Well, then we'll get scores on Commanders, Titans, and Texans, Jags when we come back.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse, the award-winning online learning program.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
Designed by education experts, ABC Mouse seamlessly aligns with what your child is already learning in school. And with over 10,000 learning activities and more than 850 lessons, it's an engaging and comprehensive curriculum. More info at abcmouse.com/radio.
I have been teaching for 13 years, and I've never seen a program like ABC Mouse. It encompasses science, math, reading, social studies.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials. Sponsored by Age of Learning.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Do you have a special needs child or an older adult in your home? The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying. But you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Fellow Americans, former CIA officer Jason Hansen here to invite you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. As a former CIA officer, I've used my expertise to protect myself, my country, and my family from threats for decades. Now I'm recommending all Americans take action to guard their personal and financial security from threats to the U.S. dollar. That's what Thursday's exclusive Financial Security Summit will focus on. You'll get top strategies for safeguarding your wealth no matter what challenges may come our way. During this summit, you'll discover how to create a bulletproof financial plan that can potentially withstand the death of the dollar and possibly even thrive in the face of an economic collapse. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free event. Again, 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
This is the Infinity Sports Network, your home for Rome. Maggie and Perloff, Bill Ryder, Zach Gelb, JR, Bart Winkler, and Amy Lawrence. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day with Pat Boyle, a production of the Infinity Sports Network. Presented by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, I'm your host, Pat Boyle. We will get you a full scoreboard, everything that's going on. But right now, we've got to immediately go to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Colts, Patriots. Crazy final drive, and now maybe a miracle on the other side here. Let's go live. Alan Siegel. Alan, what happened here in the last 2 minutes?
Well, basically, the Colts were able to complete the drive as they had a 4th and goal at the 3-yard line, and Alec Richardson hit Alec Pierce from 3 yards out to make it a 1-point game. And the Colts went for 2, and Anthony Richardson went in and took it in, and the Colts now lead it 25-24. There's 1 second to go, and the Patriots have the ball right at midfield, and Joey Sly is going to attempt what basically will be about a 60, 65-yard field goal, and we'll see what happens. So 1 second to go, 25-24, Indianapolis leads it. The Patriots are about to try a 64-yard field goal, Pat.
Well, I appreciate it. It'll be more than that. They're at midfield. This is either going to be a 67 or a 68-yard field goal with 1 second left. They were able to just pick up 9 yards on the previous play. A slide down there from, I think that was Hunter Henry, slid down with a second, and they gave the Patriots the timeout. 1 second to go. Joey Sly, if that is indeed the case, coming out for what is going to be a 68-yard field goal to try to win the game. Meanwhile, the game is on the line for the Jets and the Seahawks. We'll get out to MetLife Stadium in just a moment. But also, game coming down to the wire, coming down to the final play here with the Cardinals and the Vikings. Eric Nelson's got it live. Eric, what has transpired in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, hey, Pat, the Minnesota Vikings have taken the lead thanks to a 5-yard touchdown throw, Sam Darnold to Aaron Jones. Now the Cardinals trail by 1, 23-22. Arizona facing a 4th and 10 from the Cardinals 30, so they have to convert here. Cardinals have 1 timeout left. All they need is a field goal, but they have to get the first down on this play. Kyler Murray's in the shotgun. This is it for Arizona, and the throw is intercepted by the Vikings, and they're going to get the victory, and the interception by Shaq Griffin sets off a huge celebration here at the House of Noise, U.S. Bank Stadium. So Minnesota never led in the game until moments ago. The Vikings are going to get a 1-point win and stay a half game behind Detroit in the NFC North, and they'll stay ahead of Green Bay, the third-place team. And it's a tough loss for Arizona in that basically that traffic jam known as the NFC West. So 23-22, Minnesota with the ball and the lead, 33 seconds to go in Minneapolis.
Fantastic job, Eric Nelson. What a live listening that was there. And the Cardinals unable to do it. Picked off Shaq Griffin. The Vikings are going to win to get to 10-2. Cardinals are going to lose to go to 6-6. Really quickly, Steelers lead the Bengals 41-31. Steelers have it 3rd and 3 inside the 10. Seahawks lead the Jets 26-21. 2 minutes to go. Jets have it 3rd and 2. They're near the red zone. Commanders leading the Titans 35-19, and the Texans lead the Jaguars 23-12. We'll get right back to those games in a couple of moments. Plus, we have Rams Saints kicking off and Buccaneers Panthers kicking off right now. But we've got to go live inside the locker room for a visiting locker room team that picked up a W earlier today. That was the LA Chargers. And right now we talk to a member of their secondary, Marcus May, after the Chargers picked off Kirk Cousins 4 times en route to a 17-13 win. Marcus, it's Pat Boyle in New York. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing, sir?
Good. I mean, I got to imagine that's great as a secondary and as a defense when you guys are able to force 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions of a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins, and you yourself had 3 tackles contributing in this game in a big way as well, along with one of those interceptions. What was the game plan going in? Because you guys executed it.
Just keep the ball in front of us. We knew they had, a great group of receivers and a great group of backs. So, all week, we had to make sure we knew where those guys were at all times. 11 hats to the ball when 7 gets it. I think we did a good job. They made a couple plays, big explosives, but, we rallied together, made sure we were on the same page. Balls in the air, let's go get it. We were preaching it all week. So just to finally get out here and execute and see it come to life, it definitely feels good.
Marcus May with us, a safety from the Chargers. Marcus, you started your career with the Jets, then 2 years with the Saints, then last year with the Dolphins, kind of now all of a sudden bouncing around the last 3 years. Will you feel like you found a home with the Chargers, and what is it like playing for Coach Jim Harbaugh?
No, it's amazing. I mean, just being in the football world, knowing who he is and his brother, and just finally get to be a part of it now, and to see how he operates, is definitely amazing. The energy feels great. The guys in the locker room, they're great. The coaches are great. Very welcoming. Just come out here and just play the ball that I know how to play. And just, go from there week in and week out. Just come to work and, put our hard hats on and see what the results can be.
Marcus May from the Chargers with us for another question or so. I mean, you had an interception. Normally that will get you a game ball, but I don't know, man. Tar Heeb still today. 2 picks, including a pick 6. Not a lot of folks know about Tarheeb still. What can you say about him?
Nah, the young guy, he did well. He did a great job today. He was seeing the plays happen before. He was out there communicating, talking, and tackling. So to see him get 2 picks and then take one back to the house, something that we've been, preaching. Got to score when we get it. So it's been great to see everybody come and make the plays that come to them.
Last question for you really quickly, Marcus. You guys are 8-4. The Chiefs sneak away with another win again on Friday. They're 11-1. Massive game, Sunday Night Football next week. You guys going to Kansas City and Arrowhead to pay Patrick Mahomes a visit. What should everybody know about you and the rest of this Chargers defense going up against Mahomes and the Chiefs?
We know what's at stake. We know what we got to do. Fly back to L.A. Let's get some rest, get in the playbook, and get ready for the week coming up. Nothing new that we haven't been through or the guys haven't played against. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a big time game, and we'll be ready for it.
All right, well, an interception, 3 tackles today for Marcus May en route to a Chargers 17-13 win over the Falcons. Enjoy the win, Marcus. Thanks for the time.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.